All right, we're started. I don't know how we really. Yeah. Welcome to Event Horizon, the podcast with D&D nerds, and yeah. Uh, I guess this is the first episode. So we're just a bunch of nerdy friends playing D&D online. I am Evan Johnson. I am your DM and evil storyteller in a lot of cases. Yeah, my pronouns are he, him. I'm a goofy guy, and you will often see me doing work on the website and on the Discord, so if you have questions, drop by there. Alright. Who's up next?
I can go next. I am Alannah. I'm playing Uricius Torrent. My pronouns are whatever you feel like using, but if it helps you keep using masculine pronouns with Uricius, then use masculine. It doesn't matter to me. That's the basics.
Alright, going down to Erin.
I'm Erin. I use she, her pronouns, or they, them pronouns. I play Gob the Goblin. She's fun. She's fun.
Nice. Going down to Maddie.
Hello, I am Maddie. I'll be playing the noble lord, Hugo Humperdinck. And he's just the best, and you'll learn all about him. Oh, and I go by she, her, but Hugo goes by he, him.
Going down to Kiddy. Or Keck, what am I saying?
They both work. Hi. I'm Cac. Yes, I'm Cac. I use she, her, they, them pronouns. Doesn't matter. I play Kiddy Lynd, the thick-booted, theorbo-strumming human bard. Yeah, she's curious, but she's also, in a manner of speaking, very careful. Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Next on the line is Peri.
Hey everybody, I'm Peri. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm a big dumb nerd who knows much about cats. I'm playing a man with his dog. His name is Sawyer. He is a half-elf druid. And Daisy is a puli.
Alright, last but not least.
Hello, people of the internet. My name's Tyler. You can call me Yorkee. I go by he, him. I am playing the illustrious blood hunter Xulen Khan.
Alrighty. And that is our lovely reoccurring cast on the Event Horizon here. And with that, I say that we go ahead and get into the wonderful world. Everyone, welcome to the faraway realm of Novera. On one of the 7 continents titled a nun, the current age is 1823 post-separation and is the age of starlight after the clouds of war have cleared the sky. Annun is separated not only by mountains and wastes, but also by political alliances and rivalries. Western Annun, and especially the Barrens Coast, is a cultural mixing ground and is comprised of massive intercity alliances. To the south, we have the magical and strange Haxoran Providence, whilst to the north, we have the vacation-esque Escobar Islands. As we push our view further east, we come across various towns and cities, ancient battlegrounds and mysterious forests, push as far as the Dolcrag themselves. Past this ominous cliff lies the Cloth Basin, composed of mostly small towns and an area of rolling hills and wild beasts. Northward are the frozen wastes, and past that is Lost Our Stand and its tyrannical Drake Darkthough. Whilst to the south of the Cloth Basin, we have the cursed land of Arkala, and the disastrous scar left behind by the ravaging of the worms. Off the east coast, we have the sinking island of Rainier, and to the south we have the drifting wastes of Azoth. However, this story begins in the small town of Grimesport, located in western Annun, on the Barrens Coast. Despite Annun's radical sky colors and months of black, we begin our adventure towards the later end of a day, with the blue skies of Asdol taking place. And with that, we cut to Jocelyn's carriage, a fairly upper scale kind of tavern in general. Whenever you kind of look around, it's generally a well-kept. Most of the wood isn't really creaking or anything like that. It's constantly being replaced. It's ran by Jocelyn herself, this halfling lady that's kind of kept up behind the bar itself, as she kind of watches over the various servers, who all happen to be very attractive young women. There's a very tight kind of leash on all of them, and it's very obvious that she's constantly kind of giving them the stink eye and watching for any reason that she could snap on them. However, the tavern owners themselves often enjoy this sort of environment and come here not only for the food and beer per se, or even through the hotel rooms. In there, we come back to a group of adventurers just coming home from a very long hunting session, lasting for a majority of the day. And we cut to a table with the three of them now.
Hugo, I don't understand why you insist on staying in this tavern, and why you insist that I stay here with you. I can just spend the coin on a nice, homey tavern. I don't understand you, sir.
Well, I need to make sure you're within an easy access. That hunting trip? Awful.
I don't understand why you hunt for fun, okay? Hunting, in general, should be for food and sustenance only. Why do you insist on hunting for trophy? That's damaging to environments.
Doesn't look damaged to me.
I have no words. I don't understand you. Just enjoy the women here as I eat.
Gob is looking at Humperdinck very expectantly, grab your hands style.
Oh, yes. Gob, sit.
She ignores you.
Humperdinck reaches to his side where he has a very nice, almost silk pouch that he opens up and pulls out one copper button, which he kind of holds up over Gob's head like you would a dog. Sit, girl, sit.
She does as told. She does sit down, just very collapses into the seat, kind of a sitting. Her cat is walking around your feet, dangerously close to tripping you.
Oh, he's sitting down. It's fine. He's gonna give you the little copper button.
Across the way, just coming into the tavern himself, is Sawyer. Just kind of making his way back to the place as the sun is slowly setting on the horizon.
Sawyer doesn't pay very much mind to the conversation going on around him at first. He's just more focused on getting his normal seat at the bar. He comes here every once in a while. It's not very often he's here. He's here maybe once or twice a year. He just finished selling his sheep, and all he wants right now is a good cold drink and some good conversation. Behind him, trotting faithfully, is a dog that looks like it could be a walking mom. That is Daisy, his faithful sheepdog, his Puli. Sawyer himself looks like, you could tell by looking at him that his hair was once bright red, but has since been sun-bleached to almost strawberry blonde that's tinged with gray. And you can see the sunspots on his face as well. He hears good talk of hunting for sport, and he can't help but scowl a little bit as he sits down at the bar. He waves over to
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. Sorry,
No, it's all right.
Sorry. He waves over to Jocelyn, and he says, "I'll take a whiskey."
With a little glance, she almost sizes you up for a moment, and then you kind of see the snap to realization when she realizes who you are. You see her just pour out a fairly nice bottle, slide it down to you. It's on the house, hun.
Well, thank you kindly. I do appreciate you. He smiles and he smiles slightly. See the corners of his mustache up a bit, takes a sip, and he just sits and listens, and while Daisy lays by his feet.
Well, while Uricius hears the scowl, so while this is all already happened, Uricius points out the scowl and is like, I don't know where that scowl came from, but that man agrees with me, okay? Hunting for sport is not okay.
Humperdinck tosses back his long, flowing locks, which are currently down, just cascading down his shoulders, hopefully to entice some of the young barmaids in here. And he looks at Uricius and looks at this grungy, sort of old-looking man at the bar. You know, if you care so much about nature, you're gonna end up looking like him.
Uricius, taken aback, goes, excuse me, one, that's incredibly rude, and two, I'm already as blonde can get. Thank you very much, okay? I don't think I can get any more blonde than this.
You'll turn gray, dirty, and look at that skin. You want to stay nice and clear, soft skin like myself? Here, feel.
I am not touching your face, for one, and two, I am as pale can get, okay? And I glow, okay? As an elf in ASMR, I'm pretty sure no matter how much sun exposure I get, my skin's gonna be pretty good, since I don't see any old elves with very many wrinkles, you know?
Sawyer can't help but chuckle a little bit overhearing their argument, and he says, he motions his head to Jocelyn and is like, "I'm gonna buy the glowing boy a drink."
Gob reaches out her her hands are kind of talony just because her claws are very long. They're painted black because it fits the aesthetic. She kind of adjusts her mask for a second, which is a green mask that's kind of just a shade off of her own skin's green, with these kind of like almost bull-like mini horns attached to it. And she reaches out and kind of like taps Uricius's thigh and holds out grabby hand style. Food!
Gob, if you want food, Humperdinck will have to order something for you. I'm not sharing my plate tonight.
Yells at you, and she actually kind of like, she bares her teeth, which are kind of a very jagged, misshapen bunch of various colors. They look like kind of like she stuffed pottery or glass into there to replace some of the teeth that have fallen out. And she's growling at you.
Uricius will sigh and give her a little piece of what he's eating. That's all you're getting. Wait until Humperdinck orders you something.
As soon as she gets it, she just immediately scarfs it. It was there 1 second and now it is gone. She probably didn't even taste it.
At this moment, a fairly attractive, kind of porcelain skin human, probably her early 20s, walks up to the table, initially kind of walks by Humperdinck and gives a little bit of a wink, then makes her way around the table over to Uricius, where she kind of almost kneels down for a moment holding this tray with just this single bottle of beer on it. This one's on the house for you.
Thank you? He's gonna quickly grab it because he feels very awkward about her kneeling and put it on the table.
She gets up and gestures to the older gentleman sitting over at the bar. He was the one that bought it for you.
Clearly there's been some mistake. That was clearly meant for me.
No, sir, it was not meant for you. Seems like this poor boy's gonna have a rough night dealing with you.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone.
No, frankly, I don't care.
Honestly, as soon as you speak, everyone knows you from a mile away, specifically because you're the annoying man who can't stop drooling over girls.
Addie, can you go ahead and describe Humperdinck?
Yes, I can. Hugo Humperdinck is a tall, very attractive man. He has long, flowing golden locks, which is usually tied up in a ponytail, except when he is relaxing. When he takes it down, and it just shimmers in any sort of light there is around him. Very specific conditioner for this. He's got bright blue eyes. He always seems to be looking at people with some sort of disgust on his face. He wears black studded leather armor, which is slightly open at the chest, showing off a very fancy silk shirt underneath. And it has emblazoned on it a yellow sigil with a rat in the middle of it. The sigil of House Humperdinck. Well, you, sir, should know who you're dealing with before you try to make enemies. I am Hugo Humperdinck, of the Humperdinck family.
When you say when Hugo says Humperdinck, there's something that something flashes in Sawyer's eyes for a moment, but his expression remains he's still fairly annoyed, but there's like this flash of recognition in his eyes.
Yeah, I thought you had heard of us.
Well, I heard that your family is a bunch of jerks, but right?
That's what people always say about people in power. Come on.
Yeah, because most people with power are inconsiderate arses.
Can't argue with that. And I'd rather speak the truth than opening my mouth and looking like an idiot.
Look at this goblin. Look at her.
What about Gob?
Hey, Erin.
She was starving.
Go ahead and describe Gob.
So Gob is a 2'9" tall goblin who is, despite clearly being fed rather decently now, looks very unhealthily skinny with her green skin, and she has yellow sclera with orange pupils. She wears a mask, as I mentioned before, and she has a lilac purple doll-like dress that is very poofy that she clearly does not seem very fond of wearing. And attached to a very odd gray collar-like item on her neck is a very large purple lilac bow. And she has a little bit of a tail peeking out from under her dress because it is very full and poofy.
Is that a goblin or a baby doll?
Gob growls at you.
What a person in arse in power, as you said. Bring in a dirty, disgusting beast like this. Give it a home. Look at it. It's beautiful now. Because of me.
I don't think someone who wasn't an arse would call a goblin an it.
Also, Gob is obviously a girl. You should refer to her as such. We've been over this a million times, Hugo. She is not your pet. She is a humanoid being.
She looks at Hugo with grabby hands. I was like, food.
It's coming. The cooks are being slow today. And he gives her a piece of jerky.
It was there 1 second and gone the next.
I'd be careful about talking bad about the cooks around here if I were you. You're obviously not from around here.
I'm from Jonio. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Yes. Jonio. Nothing but glory hounds in that city.
There's a lot of glory to be found.
Hugo, please, can you just...
What good is glory when you're dead? That's all glory. No, all hunting for glory brings is death and destruction.
Well, I'm not dead yet.
Hugo, can we just be nice to people for one night, please?
I'm being nice. I'm having a nice conversation with this gentleman.
If that's what you call nice, I don't know. I don't even want to know what that is coming from you.
The fact that I'm even talking to him. Look at him.
Daisy at his feet perks her head up and she sniffs in Humperdinck's direction and growls very softly. She does not like him.
Humperdinck looks a little bit visibly nervous about this dog.
Bob's cat.
Wait.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Wait, Hugo. No. You're not telling me you're afraid of a literal mop?
I'm not afraid of it.
I'm sorry,
To-
you looked very uncomfortable.
Like
To be fair,
dogs.
she's not a mop, she's a poolie. But they do make very good guard dogs.
I mean, no offense, but very adorable dog, I must say.
None taken. She's a real sweetheart when she trusts someone. But it doesn't seem like she's taking a liking to your friend there.
No surprise, I don't think anyone likes him.
It's the goblin.
Gob's
it's not-
cat. Gob's cat purposely rubs like up against Humperdinck and purrs, and then goes over and starts sniffing at Daisy. The cat is probably bigger than the dog.
Except maybe that cat, and I don't know what that cat sees in that man.
Yeah. Daisy is a little bit alarmed by being approached by a cat, but she looks up at Sawyer, who just kind of nods like it's okay, and she just lets the cat sniff her. Yeah, she's a good girl. She's very well behaved. She follows my every command. And but with all due respect, if you don't like the man you're traveling, why are you two traveling together?
He won't stop following me.
That's not true. We went on a hunt and we had time.
The only reason I went quote-unquote hunting with you is so I could keep all those animals that you were trying to slaughter mercilessly alive. That is the only reason I go on your so-called hunting trips. Thank you very much.
Whoa. Let me get this straight. Have you been hunting in the Crimson Grove?
All the time.
Are
I-
those your bear traps I've been breaking?
Probably.
Sawyer's face starts turning visibly red. See, it's one thing to hunt for sustenance or to sell pelts to feed your family. It is another thing to leave 3 bears dead in their traps. What kind of a man even considers that? Do you know the kind of damage you're going to be causing? Do you know what lives in that forest? Do you know what horrible things you could bring upon this forest if the wrong creature stumbles into that trap?
You're just bears and deer. Does it matter?
It's not just bears and deer. It's never just bears and deer. What do you mean it's just bears and deer?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Crimson
that's-
Grove does not have just bears and deer. That
No.
forest is full of fae. Do you want to anger the fae? Because I can assure you, that is asking for trouble.
Gramps, it sounds like you've had too much to drink already.
Uricius is just visibly upset and it's like, "Nope, I'm not going to get into this argument with him again. It's best if you don't get into this argument with him.
As
If
this
he enters the Fae, I will watch them eat him alive. It's fine.
as this conversation has kind of escalated to kind of Sawyer shouting across from the bar to the other table, the fairly kind of bustling and active tavern filled with various people from like all walks of life, some nobles, some portsmen, various kind of dwarf miners and such that are kind of going about and minding their own business. It almost goes quiet for just like a brief second, enough for it to be awkward and you can kind of hear a hair drop or a pin drop, and then it just kind of goes back to normal.
Sawyer, he blushes sheepishly for a moment, waves a sorry to the kind Miss Jocelyn, and he picks up his drink and he moves over to their table so he doesn't have to shout across the thing. Daisy very obediently follows behind. Yeah. Still kind of sneering at as Daisy's still kind of baring her teeth at Humperdinck a little bit.
As you guys are kind of sitting at the table, right next to you is kind of this table filled with a bunch of what you can very obviously kind of see as miners. It's mostly humans and dwarves there. But they're having a conversation about this older dwarf, where he's just kind of yelling at them. Oh, there's an Umber Hulk down in these mines. I swear it's there. He'll lead me to gems one day. And the rest of the table is just constantly kind of dragging him down. Old man, there's no way that we would ever see an Umber Hulk this high up close by the surface. It's a fool's gold. Oh, you know, the tunnel's unlike anything else that we've ever seen before. It has to be something great. But it's just kind of this loop of the humans and other dwarves trying to calm him down and trying to rationalize with him, and then he just immediately goes back to kind of spewing about kind of this tunnel that he's following. To the left of you is to the left of this is a table of a couple elves. You can obviously tell that they're probably sailors, maybe some sort of army men. Their clothes generally resemble something that might be from Jonio. However, it might also be from like Reed Point or something. You can definitely tell that they're upper class based off kind of the jewelry and everything that they're wearing. It's obviously not someone that works right on the deck itself. And they're over talking about some weird kind of fog they seen coming in from the Crimson Grove. And how one of their shipmen that came into town mysteriously kind of got up in the middle of the night and just walked away into the Crimson Grove, and they haven't been able to see him since then. Then, two tables away from you, two tables up from you, the one directly up from you is empty currently. There's this kind of it's a weird combination of there's a tiefling there's a tabaxi, there's a couple tradents there, which are all just kind of having this conversation about where they might adventure to next. You can obviously tell from their kind of wear that they've definitely been walking around a bit for a while. Some people are saying like, oh, we should go on Reed Point and we'll figure out something else there. Other people are kind of pushing them towards the Crimson Grove. The tiefling in particular is constantly kind of saying like, no, there's something there. We got to go check it out. But in general, it seems like they're just like, let's go somewhere. We don't really want to stay in this town anymore. It's boring.
Upon hearing, noticing the elves discussing the Crimson Grove and one of the members disappearing into the fog, Sawyer's eyebrows raise just a little bit, and he kind of holds a finger towards the group and says, as in a hold that thought kind of moment. Mm-hmm. And he wanders over to the table with the elves, and he says very politely, "Excuse me, did I overhear? I'm sorry if I'm intruding, but I overheard that one of your men went missing in the Crimson Grove. I'm very familiar with the area. Can you tell me more about what happened?"
Sure. We docked here a couple of days ago, and Jack seemed fine. But he claimed to hear a singing coming from the Crimson Grove side of Grimesport, and there is this wall of fog there. We tried to stop him, but he got up in the middle of the night and just kept walking. We saw him walk through this wall of fog, and we tried to get other people involved, but it's the Crimson Grove. It's no man's land at that point. We haven't seen him since.
Sawyer's brows furrow at the sound of that. Let's see. He's familiar with some of the weird goings on in the Crimson Grove. I mean, after all, he's driven his sheep through there for some odd years now. He's been driving his sheep through the Crimson Grove. Is that fog out of character? Is that fog along with the singing something that he would normally know about, or is that
you've definitely seen occurrences like walls of fog and thick fog and all that kind of stuff? But the weird singing, you think there's a lot of Fae that could potentially do that, but in your experience, you've never witnessed something like that.
That is very good. I know of the walls of fog, but I haven't seen any of the Fae folk lure someone away like that. That warrants investigation. Daisy be saying.
Did you just say that there was a Fae in the Crimson Grove? Is Jack okay?
most of the Fae are pretty harmless. They don't bother nobody who doesn't bother them. So he would be more than likely okay. He would more than likely be okay. It's just something that would need looking into. And
well, thank you for the information. Maybe we would. The ship is fairly well off. We leave in a week. We would be more than willing if you could find Jack for us to pay you handsomely. Maybe he kind of like gestures over to one of his friends. Maybe 100 gold. It's something that we could kind of. I mean, it's not that much. And you see kind of the older one of the elves just kind of slowly shake his head in agreement. I think that 100 gold would be more than enough.
Sawyer, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Uricius at this point gets up and joins Sawyer and goes, I think I could help out, mostly through the fog at least, since, and he gestures to the fact that he's lighting up the room.
And at that moment, can we get a description of Uricius?
Yeah, so Uricius is roughly 5'6", nice golden blonde hair with really elven-looking ears. Maybe since he would be letting his collars down a little bit, you could see his pink, almost meteor-shaped birthmark. His hair is long and goes down to his shoulders with braids. His beard is also braided, but he has daisies braided into the beard itself. He is very, very pale and has bright blue eyes. I would happily do it for free just to see someone out of danger, honestly. I have no problems doing this. I would hate for something to happen to your friend.
Yeah, Sawyer nods in agreement. That right as Uricius came up, he was about to put up his hand and is like a no payment needed, that sort of thing. I know what it's like to lose some men.
Well,
we'll find him.
Please, if you do find him, we will be more than willing to pay you in whatever way necessary. We could give you a free ride to Reed Point if you would like, or if you ever make your way to Reed Point, the Blue Scavengers is the guild that we work for. Feel free to, if you would ever have a request, we'd be more than willing to fulfill a favor.
That'd be very kind of you. We can discuss that after we find a friend.
Mm-hmm. But what's more important is making sure your man is safe.
Agree.
And on that note, we are going to cut over into the port of Grimesport. Just coming off of a ship, we see Kiddy Young. Or Kiddy Lynd. Why did I always say Young? Kiddy Lynd. Coming off the ship as kind of an older captain and kind of this long bristled beard. His clothes are kind of tattered and torn, kind of almost looks as if they've been worn down by the sands themselves. You see little grains of kind of dirt and stuff kind of intermingled in his appearance. The deck of the ship is not the cleanest thing. There's a lot of kind of soil and dirt and sand. However, you can definitely tell that the crew tries to keep it clean. It just seems as if it goes through kind of hard terrains in general. On the side of the ship is an iron, it's called the Lady's Vow. And as you kind of pull up onto the dock, they drop a board for you to kind of get across onto the main dock itself from the ship. And the old man kind of takes a little bow right in front of Kiddy. It's been a pleasure to travel with you.
Well, your services have been very helpful, and I'll be sure to put in a kind word to my mom. It was nice sailing with you. And she'll give him a little polite wave and a very practiced smile. And she'll be leaving Abyssinia.
All right. As you kind of make your way onto the dock, you see various other kind of ships coming and going. Notably right now, they're kind of seems to be a formation of ships, kind of these more northern, almost kind of what we would describe as like Celtic or Norse kind of like ships. They're in a formation offshore, and there's a couple of them that kind of broke formation, and you kind of see them currently getting supplies on the dock that you're at. Various kind of walks of life. You see a couple of Goliaths kind of walking around, these giant hulking beasts that you've never really seen this close in person.
Oh wow, Kitty's going to look a bit overwhelmed at what she's witnessing. Just the heat's getting to her as well. Like she's never experienced heat like this before, and yeah, she only has one layer for her clothes, right? Like I guess 2 layers. She's usually wearing like 10 billion. Yeah, and she's going to try and talk to someone who looks like they have some authority here and could point her to a direction where she could ask where a bunch of things are.
In terms of authority, there's not a lot of people here. There is an individual at the kind of end of the dock that various people from your ship have been coming off, and also these kind of other ships that have broken formation are coming up. They're what you would assume their captains and everything are coming up to him and saying, "Oh, the Becking's call has just boarded in," and kind of tossing him a couple silver pieces, and then he kind of checks off their name on the list and verifies their kind of cargo and everything and intention.
Okay. She is going to try and wipe the sweat off her forehead.
Okay.
And she's going to approach. She's going to approach this person. Excuse me. Do you think you could point me, or just give me some directions? Maybe I could find an inn or a tavern to stay at.
Yes, I could point you in. Would you have? Well, obviously. As he kind of looks at you, it's very much that you're a little out of place. Someone such as your stature could afford Jocelyn's carriage, and it may even be an entertaining evening if you're willing to pay a little bit more extra coin.
Oh, that would be lovely. How do I get there? Do you know any directions?
He literally kind of points with his body and then kind of moves a little bit, that way you can follow his finger, and there's this alleyway where just if you look exactly where his finger's pointing, the alleyway just leads in a perfect line and has this kind of wooden sign that says Jocelyn's carriage on it. It's over there, kind of interweaved into the market district.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for pointing that out to me, and she's going to riffle through her coin purse that she has by her side. And she's going to toss him a couple gold coins.
Okay. He kind of
He's gonna
takes them a little bit wide-eyed. You see him immediately kind of doing like the chewing test and kind of seeing if it bends at all. Thank you so much. Please, if there's anything or your ship would need, just let me know.
Of course. I'll be going then. Thank you. And she will take this passage through the alleyway.
Okay. As you kind of go through the marketplace, you see people kind of selling all sorts of wares. Armor, kind of precious minerals, various foods, bread. You see fruits and kind of various wheats and stuff from the farmland that you could kind of see as you were pulling into harbor. There's a couple dwarves that seem to be kind of like fine craftsmen. They don't really have anything out in front of them, but their shop is kind of well made with kind of iron fittings and kind of this leather overtop. And as you kind of go across a little bit more, there's an apothecary there that has various little vials and everything kind of spewed out in front of him. And he's kind of haggling with a lot of people. This very, I would say, very handsomely dressed tabaxi, although you can definitely tell he's a little bit eccentric by the way that he's kind of gesturing to people. And then eventually you kind of make your way through this kind of busy marketplace and you find Jocelyn's carriage.
Oh, that's nice. She's going to take a little break and set down her backpack and her musical case. Then she's gonna open up her musical case and set up her theorbo.
Okay.
In the neck, with those strings tuned.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna pack up again and start playing.
All right. Go ahead
Yeah,
and
she's gonna
roll
enter
me
this place.
a performance check.
First roll of the game.
I better not roll a 1 or I'm gonna cry.
If you roll
Oh
a
no.
It's a 19.
Nice.
Let's go, boys.
I would say it's a pretty impressive performance, especially as you're walking in. It seems like almost as if going through the doorway and everything just doesn't distract you at all. You're just kind of entrancing everybody with your music. The second that you walk in, you kind of turn a lot of heads.
Including
That's good.
Hugo's.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh
I'm
no.
waiting for this.
Oh no,
Kitty's-
though.
Kitty's gonna walk in and she's gonna have a very pleasant smile on her face. Though she's looking kind of flushed, she's dealing with it.
Cac,
Um,
can we get a description of Kitty?
she has tawny skin. She's around 5'10". She's wearing what's I'd suppose similar to like a short handbok. She has thick, thigh-high leather boots. And her hair is like a cropped bang, not cropped. A bob. It's a bang with a bob. There you are. Oh, she's got cat earrings. There you are.
Nice. And then while I'm at those, can I also get a description of Sawyer? Because I realized I didn't get one.
Oh, yes. Sawyer is he's around 6 feet tall. He's wearing a traditional kind of shepherd's wear, where it's a robe that's cinched around his waist, along with a loosely fit cowl that to help him protect against the elements. And although he's wearing very flowy clothing, you can tell that he's pretty strong. His eyes seem to always be kind of watching and scanning the area. Not necessarily that he's paranoid, but that's just that he's that he can't turn his brain off from scanning from scanning over his flock and making sure everything's okay and everyone's safe. His eyes are very piercing green, and if you look closely, you can see that his ears form a very small tip, indicating that he is in fact a half-elf.
Okay. Kitty, what are you doing when you come into the tavern?
Kitty is going to walk by people at these tables. She's not going to make eye contact because she is focused on the bar. And she's going to sit down on one of these bar stools and, cross her legs and try and catch the bartender's attention.
Alright. This... Yep.
Go ahead.
No,
Hugo's just gonna lean over to Uricius and go look at that piece of work right there.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, but I'm gay. Stop. I don't care
Sawyer.
how they look. I just
Sawyer
want
scowls.
it done.
So what you're
That's
saying
no
is
way
she's
not
not your
Tyler.
type.
Oh my god.
Didn't you just hear the boy? He's gay. He don't like women.
Hugo seems to be trying to process this, but doesn't quite get it.
Ugh, Sawyer. Face palms.
I tell this to him every night. It's okay. It's okay. I promise.
Gob stands up
Sorry.
and walks to Kitty and digs around in her little pouch she has attached to her dress. It looks far shabbier than the outfit, and pulls out a button. It's a purple button with kind of like a marbled effect, and holds it out to her.
Would Kitty notice you? Can I roll perception on that?
I would say you could choose to notice or not. Gob is short enough that she could just kind of go under your vision if you're just looking straight ahead.
Hold the button up and waving it.
you would do kind of see it.
Kitty is going to pause her playing for a second mid-strum, and she's going to avert her gaze down to this goblin waving around a shiny trinket. Hello, little one. You need something? And she doesn't know what to do. She still has her smile, but her eyes are looking around in confusion.
She keeps like gesturing, like as like a take the button kind of thing. It's like button.
All right.
Yeah, Sawyer,
He's going
Sawyer's
to
trying to suppress his
very
laughter a little bit.
I carefully take the button. She's going to try and move her arm away so that long sleeve doesn't like roll up her arm.
Uricius is gonna notice this and kind of run up. Go. I'm sorry. This man over here, his name's Hugo. He takes care of her. I'm so sorry. I didn't.
Hugo saunters up.
Oh no.
Is she yours? I'm sorry.
It's okay. She just runs off. Don't worry about it. Please ignore him.
Oh, no worries. I'm sure she was just starstruck by your beauty. And Hugo does a nice deep bow and it kind of gestures at Gob, like, come on, we practice this.
Kiddy is gonna turn her gaze to this, I don't know, guy, the less shiny one. And
Sawyer's just watching
her
with a
eyes
bemused
gonna twitch
expression
a little
on his
bit.
face.
It's gonna twitch a little bit, but her smile is still on. Her daughter is very lovely. Yes, this button is hers. Yes, and I'll show the button to him. Kind of a gesture, like if he wants to take it or not.
I believe it's yours now. And are you holding the button? Or is Kiddy holding the button?
Yes.
He's going to reach forward and like close her hand over it.
Kiddy's gonna shiver.
At this point, Sawyer stands up
thank you.
and he's just like, "Can't you see you're making the girl uncomfortable?"
He kind of waves Sawyer off.
It's quite alright. I'm just new around here. Is this a custom that's popular in Grimesport?
No, it's not. He's not from here
No,
either.
he's just an idiot.
Please.
Only for the most beautiful of ladies. I'm Hugo Humperdinck. This here is my goblin, Gob.
She's not. Look, you take care of her. You can't just own another humanoid creature. We've been over this.
Hugo completely ignores Uricius. It's like, curtsy, Gob, curtsy. And holds a little button over Gob.
Quickly does us ass and then grabby hands.
Sorry.
Curtsy, we practice this. Curtsy.
Gob curtsies very quickly, like then grabby hands for the button.
Hugo sighs and does a flawless curtsy. Like this, Gob.
Kitty's smile is going to fade very quickly, but it's going to return. You're a Humperdinck? Oh, I didn't think I'd run into one of you up here.
We get around.
I am Kiddy Lynd. Obviously. What business do you have up here, if I might ask? She's looking a bit more flushed.
Oh, you know, business, travels. We Humperdinks like to keep an eye on things, make sure our properties and businesses are all flowing smoothly.
What do you even own here? You never
I
said
see.
anything.
Yeah, what?
Is this a lie? I tell if Hugo's lying.
You can roll an insight. And Hugo, you can roll
alright.
deception if you want, or whatever you're saying.
Alright, let's see. That's a 20.
Hugo seems a little bit uncertain of what he's talking about.
Ah, I see. Well, that's very impressive. So how long have you all been here? Do you know anything about Grimesport?
Oh, I've been here a few days now, doing some hunting and seeing the scenery.
Well, I'm not from Grimesport, but I come here at least once, twice a year. I could help. No, is there anything specific or in particular you're looking for?
Oh, well, I was just going to. And where is your dog? Is your dog around?
Yes, Daisy is always near, right by Sawyer's feet, unless otherwise ordered to follow somebody else or to go chase sheep.
Kitty's her eyes are wandering around the place, but then she spots your dog Daisy, and she goes, "Oh, is that yours? Oh, what's her name?" And she's gonna immediately get off her bar stool and just set down her Theorbo on the counter. Can I pet her? Him? I'm sorry, I don't know.
That's alright. That's quite alright. Sawyer just grins real wide. He loves it when people he loves it when people fawn over Daisy because Daisy's a very good girl. Her name's Daisy. She won't bite or nothing. Daisy just kind of extends her nose out. She's sniffing at you a little bit and just kind of cocks her head to the side. All her little dreadlocks just float with her like a little mop. Just flop.
Uricius visibly.
Do you think I could talk to her? Kitty's gonna bend down and extend her hand out for her to sniff.
Daisy sniffs him. Sawyer's like, go right ahead.
All right. Kitty is going to whistle a little bit, and she's going to cast Speak with Animals.
Oh my god, this is gonna be amazing. I get to roleplay as Daisy.
Hi, Daisy. How are you? Are you enjoying your time here?
And Daisy's kind of sniffing, and she starts wagging her tail a little bit, like, "Oh, I understand you. Yes, I'm having good fun here. Finished work. I guard sheep. I love sheep. There's very good sheep, and also his place is most people smell good. Not that man. That man mean. You smell good. You smell good. Where are you from? You smell different."
Oh well, you guard sheep. Oh, you must be very hardworking. She's gonna pet her on the head. I'm from a place far.
Daisy leans into her hand.
I'm from far to the east, so a lot of smells there are gonna be different from around here. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from here, kind of. I travel a lot with Sawyer. We go through the forest all the time. We're here, like, we go here, we go there. We don't stay very long in any place. We're always on the go. It's fun. I get to work.
Oh well, that sounds wonderful. Is Sawyer really nice to you? Does he feed you really well?
Well, yes, Sawyer's very, very, very good. I worry sometimes. He feed me before him. He should eat too.
Well, that means he really cares about you. I'm gonna go back and talk to Sawyer. It was nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too. You're very nice. I like your smell. I like your smell a lot.
Thank you.
Does the sorry.
Trots back over to Sawyer and kind of flops back at his feet. Just happy vibing.
Spell affect
Well.
familiar animals?
Yeah, as long as the animal, I think there's a certain intelligence or something like that. But yes, the dog can understand a language. It's perfectly fine.
I meant for Gob's cat.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, the language it can understand all languages that you speak.
Oh, okay. So then the speak of animals spell doesn't even matter for the cat. Really.
Well, yeah, if she wanted to get a reply and understand what it's saying, that yes. But your cat understands all languages that you do.
The cat is gonna walk up and purr while rubbing against Kitty's legs while looking directly at the dog.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Daisy
Oh,
kind of
there's also a kitty. Oh, whose kitty is this?
Gob holds out a button.
sorry,
response to
Oh,
that.
is this your
you
kitty?
certainly have to play with critters, don't you?
Oh yes. My family, we deal with a lot of animals and critters. What's this kitty's name?
Cat.
Cat. It's really nice to meet you.
The cat looks at you and says, "My name is not Cat.
Oh.
It is Fluffy."
Wow. Is Fluffy fluffy?
Right, she is. Oh, I don't think I described the cat earlier. The cat is a very large brown tabby Maine Coon.
Oh my god, it's exactly like a cat.
It is
okay.
almost pure fluff, and its sclera is a glowing green with a darker green pupil.
Oh, well, you look a lot like my kitty Belle back at home.
Far more pretty.
How are you? Perhaps. You enjoying your time here? Any interesting scoops you have about Grimesport? Wait, do cats understand that term, scoops? Anything?
Maybe not know what you're
Have
thinking.
you noticed
Boring
anything
here.
interesting? Oh, it's boring here. Oh,
Keep getting dragged around in this muddy little forest in town. It's awful.
it's. Wait, does this place smell? It's a port, right?
Yeah, the tavern itself generally smells pretty alright. You can tell that they put a lot of effort into maintaining it, but when you were in the market, there was some unique stenches out there.
You must have a really hard time dealing with these stenches with your nose and all. And Kitty's gonna try and, start giving little scritchies to the kitty's head.
Like nudging your hand as you do it.
And on that note, we are going to cut over as the sun is kind of going down the horizon. We are going to get introduced to Tyler's character. Just now getting into the town. As you kind of walk in to Grimesport, you see all the various kind of wheat fields and kind of fruit trees that are planted throughout. Various vegetables and grains you can very obviously are kind of grown there just as like a passing glance. They're up to the north, you kind of have more of rolling hills, which you can tell like various mines and stuff are kind of peeking their head out of. You see all the entrances and everything that are very well kept. As you kind of walk in, you go past this big, sizable guards tower, very well maintained, made of mostly stone, at least 4 stories tall, and it's obviously one of the tallest buildings in the entire town. As you continue walking in, you start seeing more kind of humble settlements, very obviously kind of like the farmers and such. As you kind of go past those, you kind of get a view over the river that kind of separates Grimesport of this massive spiraling cathedral up into the sky. And then even further past that, you can see a very, very big wall. And behind that, you can see some sort of mansion, large house sort of thing going on. You see various people kind of going by, all walks of life, for various different races and everything going on. I'm trying to switch you guys over to the right map. Various different races, tabaxis, Goliaths, dwarves, humans, tritons, halflings, gnomes, all just kind of going about their own thing. As you kind of get a little bit further in, you pass by another one of these large guard towers right before you're in front of fairly sizable stone bridge. The road just kind of goes right over the stone bridge, so you assume that's kind of like the main path of the town, just based off how the trail has continued through it. Off to the side, you see a little bit of a market going on there. However, it doesn't seem like it's as bustling as it once was, maybe. You see a couple very obviously kind of common folk that are kind of peddling their goods and secondhand fish and clothing and all that kind of stuff, but nothing particularly eye-catching. As you kind of cross the bridge a little bit more, you get a kind of clearer view of these large kind of brick and stone walls that are kind of blocking off this large mansion. These kind of cast iron gates are currently in the main road. However, when you peer through them, despite the Crimson Grove having this general kind of reddish orange foliage going on, you see this lush green kind of lawn going on there, with various kind of bushes, water fountains, and all sorts of stuff going on. It's a very peculiar sight, even from the very minimal amount you can see kind of just eyeing your way through the gate. Off to your right side, you kind of hear more conversations and more kind of haggling and everything, which you assume is kind of like the main market.
Okay. So where am I in relation to the main gate of the main area of entering the town?
Pardon, can you repeat that?
Where am I in relation to the main section of the town? Like where all the taverns and stuff would be?
You just crossed over the bridge. I'm pinging on the map right now. You just crossed over the bridge, and at that point, you can kind of hear off to your right side, kind of nestled in these buildings, if you were to walk around, would be a little marketplace. Which you can kind of tell that the surrounding buildings are kind of taverny and kind of like cargo halls and all that kind of stuff. But from the outside, at least, there's not really like a clear entrance to them, so you assume that a lot of them are kind of pointing inwards, or you're just not in kind of eyesight of them.
Okay. With my character's advanced hearing, would he pick out which tab would have the most amount of people congregated in it?
Most amount? It's hard to pick out the particular kind of building, just because the kind of like thick stone that a lot of these places are built out of, they're very obviously like well made and everything from the miners. But there is a particular kind of buzz centered around one of the buildings in the main market area. You can tell there's a lot of shops kind of set up there, and the people that kind of exit that building, every time the door opens, you kind of hear like a slight kind of chattering and kind of general tavern go. Then whenever it shuts, you hear like a bunch of people begin haggling everybody that leaves that tavern, or leaves that building, which you can kind of come to the conclusion that it's some sort of inn, tavern, bar-esque restaurant.
Okay. My guy's gonna mutter to himself, well, if you want to find a person, go where the people are. And he starts making his way towards that area.
Right. As you kind of weave your way through this marketplace, you go along the port for just a moment, kind of getting view of these massive ships that are in this one particular large kind of grinding ship that just kind of parked its way there. You kind of see various sands and dirts kind of riled up against its side. It's definitely seen some voyages. Off in the port, you see these various kind of more nomadic kind of ships. Some are out in like a formation off the coast. However, you see some of them are kind of restocking supplies and all that kind of jazz. Then you kind of get your way into the main market, where you see various people kind of haggling for either fish, clothing, leatherworks, craftsmen, potions, armor and weapons, minerals and rare resources. And as you kind of make your way through it, it's fairly crowded and you end up bumping into a lot of people in the way, but generally the people are like polite whenever it happens, and they like very much apologize, especially kind of looking at your attire, and they notice the claw and everything, and they give like a quick bow like, oh my goodness, I didn't mean to offend you, please go on your way. And then as you just kind of continue weaving your way through this alleyway of all these little market stalls, you eventually come to Jocelyn's carriage. All are welcome. Reasonable inn and alcohol served daily. There's kind of a little tagline on it.
Okay. Like, I'd probably just take stock, look at everybody on the outside, scan the crowd before, and probably just walking into the tavern.
All right. As you kind of walk in, you see this big collective of people almost immediately in the door frame. You see all the other players there. And at that moment, would you mind describing yourself?
Sure. So, we see Xulen, who is a fallen asthma, standing a little over 6 feet tall. He has a lean toned body, and his skin and his pupils are ash-colored. He has white hair that comes down to about his shoulders. He keeps it in a small braided ponytail. And because of his divine nature, he has this more like hauntingly beautiful face. His armor is this black studded leather, and he has a small dark green cape next to it. And right now he's wearing his helmet, which is this very light scaled plate that leaves his mouth and jaw revealed. So, looking in, what am I seeing now when I see this group of people in front of me?
Well, you probably noticed the glowing man first, since it's very hard not to notice him. All the candles, all of everything is off in the room because he's there. They don't need any of it. He lights up the room perfectly as if it was pure daylight.
The light of my life.
You see there are various kind of cats and dogs going on. Little feral goblin kind of running around in a dress.
My eyes would snap to the goblin, and I'd pull out a small piece of paper and look at it very quickly.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
For
no.
the most part, down to the tail and kind of ears and horns and everything, it matches the description fairly well.
Like, I would be staring at this and a little perplexed by the attire the goblin is wearing.
Also, at this moment, Hugo, just as you see this very, not very unkept, but very much as this traveler walks into it, even with the helmet, you get like a glimpse of kind of like this black claw hanging as an earring.
Oh yeah, the moment Xulen walks in, Hugo looks at him, looks away, and then does it like a dramatic double take.
Hugo, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You are not fine.
I just had a little bit to drink.
That is not you being drunk.
Daisy
Being drunk is chasing after the women.
My character is gonna try to be a little bit more nonchalant and walk up to the bar very quickly and try to talk to the person running it.
You see this little halfling as she kind of walks up to you. Jocelyn, what can I get for you?
Good evening. Actually, I'm more in the mood for some information rather than drink. He just kind of looks back and goes, tell me, the little green one behind me, how long has that one been here in town?
Hun, you know, if I'm gonna give you information about the tavern, you at least gotta make it worth my while. Buy a lady a drink.
Over a gold coin to her.
Okay. There we go. She kind of takes it, and you see her kind of flick it into a bucket behind the counter. Those three, as she kind of gestures over to Uricius, Gob, and Hugo, they've been staying here 2-3 days. Kind of mucking up the place, especially that pretty boy over there. I mean, he's good for the ladies, but god damn is he annoying.
My guy would just tell me,
Everyone hates you.
the bounty didn't say anything about him having allies. This will have to pay extra. And with that, he's actually turned around and making a beeline for the goblin, his hand going for his rapier.
You're going after?
Uricius immediately notices this and steps in front of Gob and goes, "What do you think you are doing, sir?"
He goes, Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Daisy also notices the. Oh, sorry.
My guy just kind of peers
Daisy
around.
also notices.
Oh, sorry. But
I
Xulen
think
kind
that
of
was
peers
sorry.
around and goes, Blackfoot, I didn't realize you had such choice allies with you.
Blackfoot? What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're doing, but this is a fine establishment, and I am not going to have you pull any kind of weapon out here. If you have something to deal with because Hugo's an ass, everyone knows it. Take it outside, sir.
Yeah,
Did
I
God
must
see
agree
this
with
guy?
the glowing boy here. I know Miss Jocelyn don't take too kindly to fights breaking out.
Unfortunate. But also unfortunately, he holds out a piece of paper with a drawing and the name of a goblin that looks very similar to Gob. Unfortunately, I have a bounty here for one Blackfoot, an escaped murderer, told to be in this part. And also, I don't remember too many goblins being in this area to start with.
Hugo, what did you get yourself into? I'm not coming with you for this one. You know I'm lying. I'm obviously going to do this. But why have you done this?
Look here. You got a problem with my goblin, you got a problem with me. And you don't want to have a problem with the Humperdinck.
I would just my line. What did you say?
Gob see the guy come at her with the rapier.
Yeah,
Like-
no,
like-
for sure. You would definitely see this figure very tall, just walking towards you as he kind of puts his hand over at his weapon.
Fling takes out one of her buttons and casts magic stone on it, and slingshots the button at the guy.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll for attack.
Okay, we're gonna do a green die this time,
Oh
because
my god.
Gob is green.
This
Oh,
is
no.
gonna go so badly. We're never
is
gonna
going
be allowed.
great.
We're never gonna be allowed to be back here, and then
A
Hugo's gonna be
15?
complaining.
A what?
15.
That does not hit.
Oh goodness.
As the gob kind of pulls back the sling and fires at you, it just kind of hits the armor. You just hear like a light cling as it kind of bounces off, but you do notice that it left a little bit of a dent in your armor.
Wait, was that a button?
Yes, that was a button. I'm so sorry for her ill behavior. And we're trying. Hugo's trying. He's not much better, but I am trying.
Good job, Gob. And Hugo gives her another button.
She
Stop.
takes it and she starts running
Hold on,
away.
hold-
She runs out the door.
Hold on. Oh, there she goes.
Okay, wait, I get to do my little thing then. Let me look at the thing. Roll
Stop
me a
catcalling
strength
her.
saving throw, as I'm about to use some blood magic on her.
Wonderful.
I'm
Okay.
about to use Curse of
no.
Binding to if
No,
I
no.
see her start running away.
Evan, can I use hold person?
I would say Curse of Binding is going to get off first, and then afterwards you could do it. Just based off the order.
That's a 17.
Oh yeah, but wow, strong little goblin.
Hulk.
No, I just rolled a straight 17.
Yeah, that definitely beats it.
As she runs out the door and gets around the corner of it, she casts Disguise Self on herself to look like a tiefling child. That with purple skin though, instead of green. And she is running. The cat is following suit.
Would I have seen that cat
You,
when I walked in here?
yeah, you would have seen the cat and the dog kind of gathered around Kitty.
Hugo's gonna be standing in front of the door, arms crossed, glaring at this armored man.
Again, Uricius has used hold person.
Yeah, can you go? What's the saving
No,
throw?
it's a wisdom saving throw, 12 or higher.
Okay, wisdom saving throw.
18.
I rolled a 15.
You make it, and Uricius isn't going to be happy about it, and he's going to go, you should be paralyzed. And you know what? I'm sorry for doing this, but again, I say, just because this goblin is ill-behaved, you take it outside, sir!
Well, it's clearly gone outside, and I'd rather not get other people in on my money. And he's basically going to try to shove past Humperdinck.
Oh my goodness.
No, you're not
Kitty
going
is going
to.
to see this, and she's going to cast suggestion on this very rude fallen ASMR.
Man, my poor guy can't catch a fish.
I will say
Well, you did just come in here and try to murder someone.
he's been attacked, so you would technically, he would roll out advantage for it.
Combat.
He has been attacked.
So roll a wisdom saving throw again.
Okay.
I'm curious what your suggestion is to my guy.
Alright, that's a 13 wisdom save. I'm going to try anyway.
Okay. Oh, that's a net one. Oh, did you say with advantage?
Yeah, you would have advantage
Okay,
because you were
16 then,
attacked.
Never mind.
Damn it.
Whew.
Darn it, man.
Thank you, pissed off
Really like
Xulen.
that one. Man. I think he's gonna try and whistle again, but it doesn't seem to be working. Oh no! What happened to this cat?
Why is everybody loving a murderous goblin? My guy's getting pissed about this.
Excuse me, sir. We have
Right,
had...
Sawyer's just like, hold on, everyone, calm down. We are in a fine establishment, as Uricius was saying. Miss Jocelyn don't take kindly to fights. Let's take it outside and discuss
At this
things
moment, you can
like-
kind of tell like a...
civilized people.
You can see the halfling behind the bar kind of glaring at you all, and like almost has like an empty bottle of beer, like she's about to smash it against the counter.
You guys can give her a little wink and then kind of get everybody outside.
Like the second you do that, you see her kind of lick her lips a little bit.
Oh no!
Oh my.
Sawyer just kind of, he sees this and he a little bit like, oh god.
Oh my god,
And he
he's
wants-
gonna roll back this stuff.
Alright, Hugo's trying to get you guys outside. Do you guys follow?
Uricius
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
does.
Seems, yeah.
Sawyer kind of pats aside twice, and he and Daisy also go outside.
Okay.
She's gonna get a Theorbo first. Get that.
hmm As you guys
So-
kind of make your way out into the bustling market again.
My guy is immediately just peering around, trying to track to see where either the goblin went or that cat. That thing took off right after her.
So why is a well-armored man like yourself going after a little goblin?
Simple. The law enforcement put a bounty on a murderous goblin, and I came to collect it.
Well, in these parts, I am the law enforcement,
Ugh.
so maybe you should back off.
My guy just kind of doubled over there in a laugh.
Do I not even get an intimidation roll? Come on.
You can roll intimidation if you want.
Yes.
I'm not sure my guy will play along with that, but
I got a 5.
yeah, definitely not playing along with that.
Okay, at that point, even Uricius is laughing, crying, laughing, going, Hugo, that is your worst attempt at intimidation I've seen yet.
You don't know me.
As
You're right.
fun as all of this has been, this is really starting to piss me off. And you notice his jawlines kind of changed quickly. Like you see a slight muzzle form and sharp teeth form before quickly disappearing.
Hey, you! Where do you think you're going? No, we're not done talking here.
Xulen, calm down.
I don't... Who said that?
You don't know
That was
his
Hugo.
name.
I don't think we know his name yet.
My guy just hears that, just kind of takes a foot stop and just swivels back. Huh. Wasn't aware I'd become that popular already.
Yeah, you're like super popular bounty hunter. Who doesn't know you?
Hugo? Hugo, how much have you had to drink?
Hugo does still have a drink in his hand.
Okay,
I've had a lot to
while
drink.
they're all doing this, Sawyer just kind of leans down at Daisy and is like, and whispers, "Seek, go find." And Daisy trots off to and starts sniffing the ground to follow the scent of the cat.
Strangely enough, you see my guy kind of do the same thing where he's sniffing and inhaling.
He's sniffing at the ground. He's awful sniffing the ground.
No, he's not getting that desperate. He has some dignity.
Oh my god.
So, when Gob and the cat had reached the end of the little row of places, she had told the cat to go the opposite direction of her.
Mm-hmm.
And as she was running the opposite direction of the cat, she was ripping off portions of the dress to make it easier to run. So now it's just
that was
kind
such a
of
nice dress.
like she had shimmied out of the petticoat and the hoop and had ripped off some of the extra stuff that was on it, like the ruffles and everything. And so now it's just a very simple looking dress. And she's ripped off the sleeves. She is still wearing the little cloak it has, because it came with a little flowy cloak, and she likes that.
Mm-hmm.
And she has undone the ribbon that's on her item on her neck. And it now is revealed to be a shackle that is slightly bloodied or rusted. It's hard to tell.
Oh.
Daisy kind of comes back to Sawyer after disappearing for a minute and a half. Just completely lost the trail.
That's it.
And
So Sawyer then. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Xulen, if you want to make a survival check to try to track it, you can. If you're actively doing that.
Mm-hmm. Let me try it.
Uricius is going to.
14.
Uricius is going to look him straight on and go, I may not know who you are. I don't care who you are. You do not walk up to someone and immediately try to kill them just because it looks like them on a piece of paper. Yes, goblins are common in this area, but if we were with a murderous goblin, I think we would already be dead, sir.
Oh, please, I wouldn't kill her outright. They pay more for it being alive.
What?
Who is they?
Right. So.
The local law enforcement, the ones who put the bounty out.
I'm sorry, I don't think she's the goblin you're looking for, okay? I really don't. And I don't care if she is. The fact that you approached her the way you did, it's gonna take us ages to find her now, okay? We could have dealt with this in a calm manner.
Maybe we...
Xulen, as you kind of try to sniff down where this little goblin is running to, you lose the scent of the goblin kind of intermingled with the fish and everything, just other kind of gross smells going on. However, you do get a very distinct scent for kind of the cat. It stands out a lot, especially with kind of its longer fur and the dandruff from it. You can obviously tell that it's kind of in a corner in the opposite part of the market from you.
Okay. To tell you what, you guys seem so adamant to defend this goblin. I'm willing to make a compromise then. Come with me and we'll find it, and if it's not the goblin I'm after, I'll make amends for all this. Simple enough, and you stop trying to interfere with my business.
We're not
Are you
trying.
gonna say something, Kak?
I'm going to say maybe we should all work together to find her instead of bickering at one another. And once we do that, maybe we can, as this man said, and she'll point to the fallen Isma, we could come to a compromise. I do believe if maybe if we gave you the gold for whatever this goblin's done, you could. Oh, and this never happened.
Wait. Before you start promising gold, we need to know how much that bounty is.
My guy actually starts giving a little chuckle. Oh, if only that simple. I can't let my profession be sullied with that. If people knew I could just be bribed off, well, no one would hire me again.
Oh, why would they have to know?
This is a smaller profession than some tend to think. Word gets around. Plus, if somebody else found the goblin then and turned him in, they knew I was lying.
What if?
Well, all we know is.
Oh, go ahead.
It's fine.
I told you, I'm willing. Since you guys seem to be increasingly desiring to stop me, I'll give the goblin the benefit of the doubt. We'll go look, we'll find it, and we'll verify. How's that?
Uricius grumbles and goes, Yes, let us verify. And we'll gesture off in the direction he saw the cat go. Shall we?
Yes. If that is all right with the rest of you.
As you're kind of going about your business, having this conversation, you do notice that the sun has just kind of set as kind of the sky slowly turns into this black as you see kind of the stars up in the sky. Various kind of townsfolk begin kind of lighting lanterns and such in the market area.
Probably not while Uricius is around, though.
Well, no, they're still going to be lighting their lanterns, but obviously you guys can still see.
I mean, the one that's closest is probably going to wait until Uricius passes. Let's be real.
There's a pretty routine little dwarf there that seems just completely undermine you.
Okay. Well, it's probably too dark. And even though you seem pretty good at smelling people out, which I'm not judging. That's not strange. There's a lot of different races here. I'm just saying that even with your incredible sense of smell and the fact that I glow, it's probably best we wait until morning.
Look, it's my goblin. It's my responsibility. I'm gonna go find my goblin.
I guess we're going to find Gob and stop calling her an it.
I said it was my goblin. I didn't assign
She.
any pronouns to it.
Well, then why do you keep putting her in a dress?
Because she's adorable in a dress.
And now you just said she. You're welcome. Let's go.
I just got looking back and forth between this trying to think, what is going on?
Maybe we would have a better time finding Gob if we split up.
And
I was
if
gonna
we split up, that means Master Bounty Hunter here has a chance of going back on his promise. So no thank you.
How
Please.
we could go in teams of 2. How about that? And
Please, I don't actually trust you guys enough not to warn the goblin, so I prefer if we stick together.
we can let the nature man lead.
Sawyer just kind of sighs in that kind of disappointed grandpa kind of way. So help me, if y'all continue bickering and continue bickering, we're going back to the tavern and we're gonna rest. And we're going to wait, and till you guys can talk out like civilized people. You're bitten like you're all adults, and then we go find God. So, am I clear? If there's any more arguing, y'all are getting time out.
You're a feisty one, aren't you?
Uricius is going to look offended.
And please do, quite frankly, sir, I've seen a lot of bullshit in my life. This is near the top.
Uricius is going to look a
And then
little.
he sets off in the direction that Daisy had come back from to see if he can pick up the trail.
Uricius is going to look slightly offended and go, well, knowing Gob and knowing what she's capable of, I just say I use detect magic and hope she's nearby. Any complaints? Anyone else have a better idea?
I'm fine with
I
following
could-
nature grandpa myself. But
I could speak to some of the local wildlife and
Should I point out that the cat went that way and point to where I had the scent of it from?
Gob's smart, probably not with the cat. Let's be real.
it's a goblin.
Hugo,
Goblins are smarter than you'd think. Trust me.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna use detect magic and ignore you. And he's just gonna have his hands in the air as if he's talking like a stereotypical Italian, and he's gonna use detect magic.
What's the range on the tech magic?
I think the range gets increased if I use a second level spell, but I can't remember. But it's a 30-foot sphere essentially.
Yeah, the apothecary kind of lights up. There's a couple kind of weapons and armor over at the kind of blacksmith area. Some of the minerals are kind of glowing a little bit, but in general, you don't kind of sense any kind of illusion.
Well, she got far. She's not near here. So, our best bet would be the cat.
Yeah.
I could ask the cat what happened.
I don't know if the cat will say much to you, but we'll see.
I'm hoping that little thing didn't run into the Crimson Woods, especially after hearing about them voices luring people.
Mother,
We need to find her
mother
fast.
help her, I swear.
Starlight's burning. Shall we proceed?
Yes, we shall.
I'm basically gonna head off the direction towards where I smelled the cat.
And Uricius will follow, beckoning for the others.
Did you have Fluffy just kind of walk off on its own, or are you gonna recall it eventually, or?
She's waiting to find a decent hiding spot before she
Okay.
recalls her cat because she
Yeah.
figures they'll follow the cat.
Can you do an investigation for trying to figure out where's kind of the best place to hide?
I'm not great at that, so let's try it. Oh, that's a 19 minus 1, 18.
Okay. Yeah, as you're kind of looking around, you kind of see like a few small alleyways that are kind of filled up mostly with kind of like boxes and like trading goods. But there's a couple of them that it's a fairly small space to get into. So you could get in there kind of no problem and just never be seen again.
Yeah, she's definitely working her way into one of those tiny little spaces.
Okay.
She's ripped off even more of the dress, so it's kind of more of the dress is half the length of what it was now, too, on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
She barefoot? Did Hugo ever give her shoes?
I imagine so.
She's probably taking those off too then.
Okay. As the rest of you guys are kind of following the scent of the cat, you see Fluffy just kind of sitting in a loaf over in one of the corners of the market, just kind of like meowing at you.
Sworn to cats speak with animals and whistle once again.
Okay.
Sees the bounty hunter guy.
She's gonna cup her hands to her mouth and go out to Fluffy. Where was
Can the
she
cat
again?
see them?
Yeah, the cat can see all of them.
The cat goes silent. And is
Oh.
just staring at the bounty hunter with malice in its eyes.
We're gonna make sure this mean bounty hunter isn't going to do anything to Gob, but we need to know where she is.
While she's doing that, I'm actually going to wander away and just look at the ground, see if I can find anything. Anything that give me a hint.
At this point, you really don't you can kind of see where the cat sorta ran through, but it's mostly a stone road, so there's not really a lot of things that would give it away.
This is more of me just walking away, kind of figuring, the cat recognized me. It's not gonna like me. More of just distancing myself from the party a little bit.
Okay.
Sawyer's keeping an eye on him.
He's going to try and carefully approach Fluffy. You know, doing the kind of thing, you know.
Okay.
Fluffy kind of hisses at Kitty, and her fur is getting like kind of like it's getting all extra fluffy to make herself a little bigger, as a cat does, like when they're like trying to face off an enemy, and her haunches are starting to like her hackles are raising a little. She does not trust any of them.
Oh, can Uricius make an animal handling check? Evan?
Yeah.
Yes!
I'll
But? I heard a but.
No, I said I'll allow it.
Oh, okay. How's 17 for you?
What exactly are you trying to do here?
Uricius is just trying to walk up slowly so he can pet her. So it's allowed?
Erin?
Okay.
I mean, she recognizes you. She trusts you the most out of like, other than Humperdinck. So she kind of like calms down a little.
Okay.
But she's still like watching the bounty hunter guy.
If that's the case, Uricius is going to pet her a little bit, try and get her fur down, and then pick her up and put her in his lap as he's sitting there on the ground.
Pretty heavy for like a cat.
Oh, he doesn't care. He'll still do it.
Okay.
Okay. And he's just gonna coo and just go, "It's okay. You can trust the human. We're just trying to find Gob. Don't trust the bounty hunter. Trust me. I am going to try and make sure Gob is okay. I promise."
Okay.
Sorry, go.
I was gonna say Hugo's probably pacing back and forth, looking at the cat, and seems to be a little bit worried, perhaps.
So if you tell the nice human here what Gob told you to do, that's all we need, okay?
Cat is staying silent.
Well, at least Uricius is being able to pet a cat.
He's gonna approach
Very
closer and Fluffy, if we don't find Gob before this bounty hunter, who knows what he's going to do with her? I don't want that to happen. You guys and Gob well seem like very lovely people, and I wouldn't want anything to happen to this little family you have.
Growl a little, actually. And she...
Not like an animal handling check.
You gotta make this cat like you through roleplay.
And Erin, it's up to you the outcome of that roll.
What was the roll?
I didn't roll it yet. I was just wondering if I could.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you can always make a roll.
Hey, I'm gonna do. Can I do persuasion or animal handling? I don't know. I can speak with them.
It would. Yeah, no. If you can speak it, I would allow you to do persuasion.
Cool. That's a +7.
Oh, no. Well, that's gonna go well.
Oh, that's a 10.
Maybe not.
What?
Trying to do it, like, are you trying to persuade the cat to talk to you about Gob?
I'm trying to stop growling, you know, please listen.
The cat responds by saying, "I'll talk to you when that dirty man is gone. Because otherwise, I'm going to take a chunk out of him myself."
Alright. Oh, I know what to do. Uricius, stay here.
No problem. I will
And
keep petting
he-
this cat.
Alright. He's going to walk off and find a fallen ASMR.
Right.
They're easy to find, right?
Yeah, I've just been kind of wandering slightly away, looking at the ground, see if I can find anything else.
Kiddy
Yeah, so-
is going to walk up to you and she's going to put a hand on your shoulder to try and get your attention.
He'd stand up and just look at her.
Fluffy told us about where to find Gob. She wants one of us to stay. Fluffy wants one of us to stay with her while you go find Gob. I'm sure you can smell her out better than anyone else here. Gob seemed to be by edge of the port. You know, Mask smells very well, but I'm sure you can find her that way.
Noted. Oh, before I do head out, I do want to make something clear. I'm not sure which disturbs me more, the thought that this is the right goblin or the wrong one. This isn't just about the money. These are people's lives at stake. It was a murderer, after all.
Of course, and I understand that you have a job to fulfill, and if we can come to a compromise afterwards and settle on something, understand why Bob potentially murdered someone, and I'm sure this can be resolved. How about that?
If it'll submit to examination so I can determine, without fighting or running away, then yes.
Right. Good luck finding her then, and she'll pat him on the shoulder. And awkwardly. Do it!
I would... So, how many of the people are staying with the cat?
Well, I'll be staying with the cat because I know how to speak with Fluffy. Uricius seems to be handling Fluffy very well. Humperdinck? Is Humperdinck nearby? Because she's gonna call out for Humperdinck.
He'll come over. Can I help you, babe?
Do you mind helping our bounty hunter friend here with finding Bob? Fluff told us where he was, and she's gonna give Humperdinck a wide-eyed kind of look, like we know where he is, where she is. You know.
This seems to go straight past Humperdinck. And he kind of he gives you a little wink and nod. Anything for you, babe. And then he will walk off
right.
with Xulen.
Himbo energy.
Oh, you there. The one with the nice hound. Mind following us? I'm sure if I lose a scent, your dog would be excellent at finding it.
First off, she's not a hound. She's a poolie. Second of all, I don't see why not.
My apologies then.
Need to keep an eye on. He kind of gestures his head at Humperdinck. That one, anyways.
Fair enough then. I guess
Well-
my guy would start heading off towards the description of where Gob would be hiding.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll me another survival.
She actually in a
19.
port. I just made that up.
Hey, hold on. Give me a second. Sorry, my thing just went fucking psycho.
This would be a great chance to take a break, actually, for people,
If
if anyone needs one.
people would like to take a break,
What time is it?
it is 10:15.
Yeah, I have to feed my cat.
Okay.
Everybody grab
Yeah.
water, grab a snack, get back here.
Yeah, let's take a quick break, and then we will be back in a few
Commercial
minutes.
break.
So sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Like, I kid
No,
you
don't
not, my Discord died on my phone.
Welcome
Very
back
queer.
We're a
from
little queer.
the break. Yes, everybody's queer a little bit.
We're also
We're
full of
I'm more
beer.
than a little queer.
we are back from the break now, and last that we kind of left off is Solon rolled the 19 to track down Gob. Alrighty.
Get that goblin.
As you kind of start heading towards the kind of the port area in general. However, you do notice some weird kind of movements of kind of like crates that have been like bumped out of place and everything, which you initially kind of think is like a human or something, but they've been bumped in such a way almost as if like something was like skittering over them, trying to get places. Tracking down the exact direction to where it goes is still rather difficult, just because of how like interweaving these marketplaces are. But after just kind of looking around, you can definitely tell that like Gob is here somewhere. It's just not easy for you to make out as of this moment. Definitely not in the port.
Well, it looks like she came through here.
Through here, but not here.
Well, let me take a shot. I am, after all, a master tracker, and always have been, always will be. Oh, please, you don't know me, man.
I know you're an idiot.
Shut up, Major Grandpa. So, can I roll a tracking test?
Yeah, you can do so.
Or is Humperdinck just blowing her hot air? Blowing hot air. Ooh, actually, that's a 21.
Suddenly, in Humperdinck's arrogance and gaudiness, he actually does bring up a kind of good point that Xulen kind of missed earlier. She just kind of happens to notice the direction that the claw marks are going over some of these boxes. You follow it down the alleyway just a little bit more, and very much like this small little gap between the buildings where these boxes have been kind of stacked up. You see kind of these claw marks as if something crawled over them.
Ha! Never underestimate a Humperdinck. Now.
Even a broken clock is right two times a day. Come on, Daisy.
Buttons!
Let's take a look.
Buttons! I have buttons! And he kind of rattles a little pouch. Buttons!
The question is, where to
Erin
now?
said something, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, I asked how long has it been since this hunt began, and since she cast the disguise self.
A couple minutes. Probably like 3 minutes.
Okay. Does disguise self change clothes as well?
Yeah, you can change your outwardly appearance as long as it's not like adding an extra appendage or anything like that. Or changing size.
So, okay, well then I'm gonna add in a little bit about, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
She had changed her outfit to look like rags.
Okay.
Like brown, dirty rags.
Yeah.
Buttons!
And
Gob!
You do kind of hear them calling out for you, probably a good like 15 feet away from you, as you're kind of hidden behind a couple boxes and barrels in this alleyway.
she does not go.
Okay.
Buttons! Buttons! Well, maybe I was wrong. I don't say that very often.
If I was a goblin, where would I hide?
You probably don't have to imagine very far for that.
All right, and yep.
Sawyer is going to go ahead and have Daisy kind of look around, kind of sniff around again. He's going to follow behind her. I'm going to go ahead and roll a. Would it be survival checks or would it be investigation this time? Do you know the general area?
It would still be survival. Survival's tracking.
Alright, survival. Alrighty.
Uh,
That is
based off kind of Hugo's kind of reasoning behind why you kind of come to this little alleyway, you do kind of get the firm suspicion that she had to have done something in this alleyway.
okay. So let's see. Which alleyway are we in? Is there does it go out into out towards back towards the town? I know we're like near the edge of the port.
Mm-hmm. It goes back towards the kind of like main road direction.
Okay.
So
Right.
kind of eastern side.
Okay. Okay. So Sawyer pats his leg again to have Daisy follow him, and signal, and he nods his head for the other two to follow him as well as he continues to walk through the alley, probably right past Gob, to towards the main road again, and starts heading again towards one of the market.
Okay.
Thinking, she may be hiding in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
So, small. She's small, and from what I gather, she can cast magic. So she may be trying to blend herself into the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he says to the others.
Okay. And you said
Just
you're.
'cause he saw her cast the magic thing.
And you said you were doing detect magic.
Oh no, I'm not doing detect magic. I'm just saying he's just kind of talking through his reasoning that she may be blending into the crowd. Doesn't know how, but that's what he thinks she might be doing.
Hugo just throws his hands up. I give up. Pointless now anyway. And then he sits on the ground next to one of the boxes and just takes a big drag, finishes the rest of his drink that he has with him.
So much for caring about
So much for your property.
She'll come back. They always do.
Yeah, don't you care about her safety at all?
She can take care of herself.
Get off your ass, you drunk. We're gonna keep looking.
You can't tell me
Uh,
what to do.
As you guys are kind of gathered around, Hugo, you initially kind of noticed this just because of where you're sitting. There's this faint kind of fog, almost like a hint of red, but generally this like gray fog that is like slowly seeping over the floor. It's like less than an inch in thickness, but you notice that it's just going over everything, and you notice it particularly thick over in the ocean.
Would this have been something I would have seen during my time here in Grimesport?
In the Crimson Forest, it's a natural kind of weather thing. Generally, it means that Fae are acting up or something like that.
Would I know any like stories or like history of this sort of thing, or?
Just, it's the Crimson Grove. Like, they sometimes have random weather effects. People go lost in them sometimes. Sometimes it's like fairies playing tricks. Other times it could be like a unicorn appearing.
And now the fog's coming, and my goblin's missing, and that lady didn't like me very much.
Sawyer kind of kneels down in front of him and is like, "Look, sitting on your ass and moping about it isn't going to do anything. We want to find Gob. We got to get going. The fog's starting to roll in, and
As you guys are just kind of talking and sitting around, practically everyone in the marketplace can hear as this human that you guys are used to kind of Grimesport know at this point as Kelfie just comes running in. She's coming, she's coming, she's coming. She has dogs. She's in the fog. She's taking men alive. And like immediately he kind of like walks into the alleyway and he just starts like almost rocking back and forth as he just kind of like gets down on the ground.
Whoa! Slow down there, son. How do you say his name again? I'm sorry.
Kelfie.
Kelfie. All right. So Sawyer does recognize Kelfie. He's been here a couple of times. Sawyer's comes at least a couple times a year while he's tending to his sheep, and usually the man is raving, but he remembers something that the elves said in the tavern, that the man disappeared into the fog, and he's saying he's taking people alive. So Sawyer kind of gets up from where he was kneeling in front of Humperdinck, and he goes over to him and he's like, slow down, who's coming?
She's green. She has long fingernails. She looks a little bit like a frog.
Gob?
Frog.
Literally, as you're having this conversation, you're just kind of looking around. You do see the fog just kind of slowly rising up.
Is this something we should be worried about?
By this point, a lot of kind of like the marketplaces, like you can tell that they're kind of getting uneasy. So like a lot of them are like quickly kind of packing down their shop and everything.
I don't like. So it says he kind of reaches down and pulls Humperdinck up.
Humperdinck kind of stumbles up and like drapes himself over Sawyer. Nature, Grandpa, you don't smell very good.
Neither do you. That's not what we're worrying about here. We need to get out of here, and we need to find Gob now.
Somebody go warn the others.
At this point, my guides start being a little more concerned about the fog and the people acting strange than continuing this search if he feels it's fruitless. I'll go back and warn them.
Okay, Gob, you being in this kind of closed off alleyway almost, the fog is growing. At this point, it's probably about your neck level, and it's getting higher by the moment.
Near her?
What?
Are they still near where she was?
Hugo and Sawyer are both there.
Okay.
But you did see Xulen kind of mosey off.
She kind of wiggles out of her hiding place.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of goes near them. Not enough for them to, like, trying not to let them notice her there, but, like, to keep them within her, like, line of view and everything.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to follow them, if need be.
Okay.
They're saying a lot of words she does not understand.
Mm-hmm. As this is going on, I would say by this point, Xulen has kind of made his way over to the rest of the group.
Okay. And as a precaution, as he's kind of supporting Humperdinck, making sure that he doesn't fall over drunk in the middle of the fog, Sawyer grips onto his staff just in case something happens, and he whispers a word in Druidic, and the staff begins to glow very faint green. So basically, I'm casting the Shillelagh cantrip, turning his staff into a magical weapon. It's just a precaution.
Okay. as this fog kind of grows, at this point it's probably about waist level. Dylan has kind of made his way to the rest of the party as you guys have also seen this fog slowly rising. Except from your location, you've heard some faint barking in the background. Just odd, and every time that like a bark happens, it echoes, but it also distorts as if there's kind of like a second, darker, more gritty bark that happens at the exact same time as the initial one.
So at this point, since the fog is rising, Uricius is probably holding Fluffy in his arms, just like over the shoulder style, like with baby kind of over the shoulder style.
Mm-hmm.
The cat. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And he's just kind of petting her back, being like, "It's okay. I know the barks are weird. You'll be okay."
Jumps off his shoulder and starts running off.
Where are you going? No!
As you see Fluffy just kind of just disappear into this like dense layer of fog, you just kind of you see it for like a faint second. You can kind of track how it moves the kind of fog layer, but then you lose it.
Oh, I forgot to mention something about Fluffy. Fluffy is slightly translucent.
Yeah.
Like very faintly translucent.
Oh, that's great. Okay, good.
It's hard to notice at first, but like it's more of like an upon close inspection kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Uricius would have noticed. That's cool. So
Cat.
At that point, Uricius is going to look very depressed and defeated and go, "How could I lose the cat? The cat was I don't."
All right.
I think we have big issues in cats and goblins at the moment.
I know.
What
I hear the
is this
barking.
fog? Is this normal?
From what I can tell, no.
I try and wave our
Fog?
hands across the fog.
Fog, yes. Barking, no. Barking is not normal, and we should be concerned. Fog does not
And
normally come this far in and
at
this
that
high.
moment, kind of echoing throughout the whole town, you hear and this distorted cackle. It's not as if you're hearing it, it's almost as if it just kind of emanates in your mind for a brief moment, and then it quickly kind of fades away, and then the barking continues in the background. Now you kind of hear townsfolk like saying like, "Oh, what are these dogs?" and kind of calling out for help.
Uricius grabs Kitty's shoulder and goes, "We're going to the tavern, we're going into the room that Hugo bought, and we are hiding there for the night. Let's go." And he
At that moment,
agree with this
a
idea.
dog jumps out from this fog. Everybody, please roll initiative.
Sawyer and
Everybody
I are
over there? Everybody over there? Or like
Everybody
everyone in general?
roll initiative.
I rolled a 21.
I rolled a 15.
Add turn. I'm adding you guys all into it. You can edit your own initiative. And then there's going to be this doggo right here, who is going to change layers. And as you're kind of gathered up in this corner, Fluffy has just ran away. A dog has leapt out at you. And
Not gonna lie, I feel really proud seeing my art for these pins. Like, sorry.
And it
I got
rolls a 22.
I don't have a spot in initiative.
Yeah, I got an error message when I tried to roll for initiative.
Oh, Sawyer has 2. My bad.
I can't seem to add 21 to the turn order.
Oh, you have to click on it twice. It's finicky.
Kind. Okay.
Xulen, what did you get?
Ooh.
Oh, I got a 21.
21.
Damn, everyone's doing better than yours. right now.
Xulen and Kiddy, you guys can decide who goes first.
Go first. You have the higher dex.
Okay.
Sawyer, what did you get? 4.
I got 4.
Okay.
Ooh.
He's slow. He's an old man.
Much like that,
Uh,
a
Dude,
splunge
worse
try to
than
hand
Hugo.
himself falling.
Just this dog, this weird kind of mange, and it's almost a mixture between almost like it almost resembles more of like a fox than a dog initially. And you notice that as it jumps at you, instead of coming straight for you, it disappears for a blink moment, and then it just appears right in your face as it tries to maul you.
Oh no, is this what I... Oh.
Who is you? And I know exactly what this is.
Uricius.
I'm mad at you, Evan.
That is a 23 to hit.
That's it?
Sorry, I'm just pulling up its damage. What is it? Oh, okay. As it just tries to take a bite out of you, you are going to take 7 points of piercing damage. As it just completely latches onto you, and it almost flails around for a brief moment before it just kind of teleports back down underneath the fog.
I hate you. I know exactly what this is, and I hate you.
And it's back under the fog. At that point, it's Kiddy's turn.
Okay. Actually, no. Yorkee was going first.
Oh, okay. I'll switch that. Xulen's up.
Yeah, can I walk here, or is that covered?
Yeah, you could walk there under that little awning.
Yeah, I'm going to see, that's what I thought, and I am going to, ready a Vapier attack when I see it again.
Okay. As you take the ready action on that, just grabbing a quick stance and just kind of keeping a keen eye at the fog for any moment that just kind of jumps out. And
that'll be my turn.
we'll go to Kiddy.
Right. For my action, I am going to very hastily play something on my theorbo, and as I pluck the strings, like it kind of sparks like a pink aura, and I cast Vicious Mockery on this thing. So that's a 13 Wisdom save.
Can you? Yeah, no, you know the
it.
yeah, you know the general direction. You said 13. 12. It fails.
All right, time to take massive damage. Work.
What'd you say?
That worked. Maybe I'll just port it. 1 second.
You can just roll until the outcomes.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Take that too, psychic demon. I like it.
Is there other effects of Vicious Mockery? I feel like there is.
Good.
I think you're thinking of like 3.5, and I don't think there is with 5e.
Okay.
Okay. For my bonus action, I'm going
Yeah,
to
it has
cast,
disadvantage on its next attack before the end of its next turn.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's not just a 3.5 thing, okay.
And then I'm going to play again a bit more steadily, and I'm going to, in a nicer kind of tone, I'm going to grant Bardic Inspiration to Uricius.
Alright.
Ah, perfect.
That's a 1d6 when you don't want to die.
Extra 1d6. Ooh. Well,
And
I
then,
don't-
is that all for Kiddy's turn?
okay. Let me...
Going on to Uricius now.
Uricius... Did I know? Oh, I knew I forgot to add something to his character sheet. Fuck.
Is it your spells?
No, I have all my spells. There's something that Evan gave me. Where is it? No.
I did have a player once forget to add all their spells before
No.
we started
Here
playing.
it is. Okay.
I've done that before.
Okay, so if that's the case, maybe +2. Okay. Uricius is going to use Bless, and he is going to use it at, actually no. Bless, let me look at it. Is it just one target? I feel like it's 3. Either way, he's going to use Blessed, so himself and the other 2 that are near him get a extra d4 when making rolls, and
Yeah, I think Bless hits 3 people.
It's up to 3, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So himself and the other 2 people he's with are now blessed, and
What does it look like?
so Uricius is basically just gonna glow more intensely. He's just gonna cusp his hands, kind of like, not like the stereotypical "Father, please forgive my sins," but like hands together, like knitted and fingers knitted together, and he's gonna glow more intensely. And rather than his usual like off-white glow, he's gonna glow a bit more blue. And you all get a d4 when you make your rolls.
Okay. Is that all for your turn?
That's technically all he can do right now, so.
Okay. Gob is over in the alleyway.
Doesn't
Erin.
see any enemies, right?
You hear the barking and the weird cackling in your head. But no, you do not actively see any enemies.
She does, like, she uses her action to temporarily dismiss her familiar.
Okay.
Which basically means, like, as the cat was going somewhere, it just
Mm-hmm.
poof. The way I pictured it is that when she temporarily dismisses her familiar, it kind of, you know the way phoenixes dissolve into flames when they are being reborn? It's like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like there's supposed to be like smoldering ash under where the cat disappeared, but there's nothing. And she is then going to take out some of her buttons and use Magic Stone as a bonus action.
Okay.
And just kind of have them at the ready.
And are you gonna stay in the alley?
Yes, she's gonna stay in the alley. She's got 3 buttons that she's imbued with magic.
Okay. Can you give me a sleight of hand check? Because there is a verbal component whenever you're casting
I
that.
can.
So it's to if the other players would hear you.
Hold on, that's cocked. Ooh, that's really good. Hold on, let me. Said sleight of hand. That is a 21.
Okay. Yeah, no, you guys don't hear anything. And at that point, we are on to Hugo.
Alright, Hugo doesn't see anything. He hears some weird stuff, but that's about it. Yeah, he's just gonna keep leaning on Nature Grandpa. I guess technically hold my action.
Okay.
I call him Nature Grandpa. I love that so much.
Then up to Sawyer.
Alright. So Sawyer hears the cackling. Let's see. With how much time he spent in the Crimson Grove, would he recognize that kind of laughter?
Nope.
No? Okay. Just wanted to double check there. So when he hears the cackling in his mind and the baying of the hounds, he puts his staff kind of firmly on the ground, and he kind of stands. He kind of positions himself so that Hugo is still leaning on him. He's still supporting Hugo, but he's kind of standing protectively in front of Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
And he starts to call out for Gob because he doesn't know what's going to happen, and he doesn't want Gob to get hurt.
Okay. What are you saying?
Gob, it's dangerous. You need to come back. He's not good with kids. Gob's not a kid, but in his mind, she is
Look,
baby.
one. She looks like a kid.
Yeah, she looks
She's
like
very
a kid.
small. She still kind of looks like a goblin child due to her height.
On that
Yeah.
note,
Walks like a dog. Walks like a dog. talks like a
Doggy's
duck.
gonna prowl around. And so first off, Sawyer, one of these guys is going to jump up at you, and it's gonna teleport right up into your face, kind of catching you off guard, and
Oh, shit.
it's going to roll a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. My
Alright.
AC is 11.
No, disadvantage. Wait, is this a different one?
This is different from you guys.
Okay.
And you are going to take 4 points of piercing damage. As again, it kind of latches onto you with its jaw, and it kind of wrangles its body in every which way, and then you kind of manage to throw it off a little bit, and it just kind of disappears into the fog again.
Shit!
And then...
Would I recognize this thing?
Yes. You and Xulen would both recognize these beasts.
Okay.
Would Uricius with
No.
all of his reading?
No.
Damn you, Evan! I know. I hate knowing what
And
this
then there's going to be another one that jumps out, and it's gonna go after Kiddy this time.
Do
This
I get
one,
my reaction attack since it's near
Is
me?
yes. Let me roll for it real quick.
One.
It's going to get disadvantage on that roll. It rolled 2 13s. Plus 2, 15 on Kiddy?
Ow.
No? Okay.
Ow.
Oh, it hits you?
Yeah.
Alright. Again, just same as before, just teleports
Yeah.
right in your
Ow.
face.
Yes, it does.
And then it's going to take, you're going to take 6 points of piercing damage. And then just as it kind of jumps out and it latches on to Katie for a brief moment, Xulen kind of gets this opportunity to take a swipe at it.
Okay, so rapier attack with a D4. I don't need that. 24
24 hits.
for 13 piercing damage.
Alright. As you hit it, there's a pretty firm kind of thwap as you just kind of shred into this thing's body. And you notice that as you kind of cut into it with your rapier, is that there's this weird kind of green energy that just for a moment just kind of lashes out. And when it does so, the fog around you goes transparent. And you said 13 points.
Yep.
Oh god, math. Am I so bad at it? There you go.
It's okay, Evan.
No, that's not right. Okay. Yeah, so as that fall kind of happened, you just hit it off Kiddy and then just falls onto the ground as the fog around you is a little bit thinner to the point where you can still see it kind of on the ground at this point. It's going to try to skitter off away from you. Which at that point, Kiddy and Uricius, you guys can make a reaction attack against it if you have a melee weapon.
Uricius
Yes,
does. He is
indeed.
going to use his mace.
Okay.
Boop.
I can do my opportunity attack afterwards.
Wait. Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Okay, and he that's 1d6, so 4 damage.
4 damage. Alright.
Okay. Kitty's hand shoots to the whip that she had secured underneath one of her robes, and she's about to whip it out. Let's
Kinky.
stop now.
Okay.
Wait, 1 sec. Does a nat 20 hit?
That 20 does hit.
That's 4. Oh, that's 9.
It's
that's
dead.
9 damage.
It's dead. Just with this
Cool.
thunderous crack of the whip, you just hit it as its limp body is just kind of thrown into one of the market stalls, and you just see it go motionless.
Evan, quick question. Is there any other of the dogs nearby that we can see?
Not within where you guys can see. I would say the kind of disappearance of the fog goes out about like 30 feet in all directions from you as of this moment.
Oh, cool. And it's right as day because Uricius is there, so cool.
I have to ask, when this ghost dog, it was it got whipped away. Did the fog become transparent around it?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Kitty's gonna speak up to Uricius. I think we should drag this dog around with us to see where we're going.
Yeah.
Hugo, Sawyer, and Gob, even dealing with your own dog from the other side of kind of this set of market stalls, you hear kind of like shouting and stuff as like, oh, there it is, and kind of like the vicious kind of growling noise as if it's attacking someone, then just this thunderous slap of a whip, and then just a large thud as if something just like crashed through a wall. And we're gonna go to Xulen.
Probably after seeing the dead dog and not seeing another one. Guys, we should try to group up with the others. Don't know how many of these there are. And he probably would he know the general direction they are? Would he not be able to see anything through the fog?
You could hear where they were. You can tell that they're just on the other side of this kind of section of stalls.
You probably heard Sawyer yell shit when he got attacked.
Yeah.
So it ended about there with 30 feet of movement.
Yep.
Okay. And I would prepare another attack, be on guard the whole time.
All right.
And that's my turn.
And then we go over to Kitty.
Okay. How far away is this dog?
10 feet away from you, from where you just whipped it to death.
Okay, cool. He is going to try and pick up this dog's leg. Take the leg.
You're just gonna drag it with you?
Yes!
Evan, I have a question. Would that hinder her movement speed?
Yes. She is dragging a doge around.
So 20?
I would say about -10. It's not a very big dog, but Kitty also isn't very strong.
Yeah.
She's gonna turn back to Uricius. Do you mind helping me? This is really heavy.
I'm wearing heavy chainmail. I'm already slow as you are, just dragging that thing. I'm not going any slower, thank you.
Oh, all right. Isamar man, you're here? Yes. Could you help me?
I've already gone past you.
as Kitty is shouting around the corner.
She just turns her head to ask me the question, realize I'm not standing there anymore.
Kitty's disappointed. All right, she's gonna drag this thing back to where Uricius is. Gesture towards wherever the tavern is.
The tavern is all the way down here. It's at the very bottom of the map.
My goodness gracious.
We're not going back to the tavern. We're going back for the others. I'm sorry. I'm going that way. And he points to where Xulen went and is just gonna...
Kak, you can now move the dog body on the map.
Nice, thank you.
We're gonna have to draw this, I hope you know.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So I would say we drag this thing with us the entire campaign.
Is there anything else that Kitty is going to do on her turn?
She's gonna follow Uricius when he starts to move towards the others. She's not going back.
Alright, it's Uricius.
Okay, well, he makes it to about here. Or is it here? I think it's here. Yeah, he doesn't make it very far.
Dang, you're slow.
Okay.
He moves 20 feet because he has a strength. He doesn't have high enough strength to wear chainmail.
As you see him almost kind of like hike up the chainmail a little bit, you see him just like slowly make his way, very noticeably slower than you. Yeah.
If you say anything, he's just gonna come right back with a comment.
Alright, there's that, and then we are on to Gob's turn. Sorry, I'm just now reading Erin's message. You cannot use two-weapon fighting because two-weapon fighting is specifically for melee weapons.
Double check.
It is specifically for melee weapons.
Can Gob see Humperdinck and Sawyer still?
Yeah, from where you are, you can like just kind of peer out from the shadows that you're in as you kind of see them hanging out.
She see anything moving other than them?
You 100% saw a dog just like jump on Sawyer.
Okay.
A dog that was not his.
Well, then... Can't do that spell. So she's gonna head towards them.
Okay.
And that's, she's gonna, as an action, she's gonna ready her magic stones as her magic buttons as an action, as her hold action.
Okay. You manage to kind of crawl your way out the alleyway, and you just find yourself ending up right next to Hugo.
He does
Oh,
still
thank
look
God.
like a purple tiefling child,
Yep.
but in rags.
Hugo gives you a bit of a disgusted look.
Sticks her tongue out at him in response.
It is now Hugo's turn.
Sorry.
There's a filthy peasant with us. You see this?
Sawyer rolls his eyes. Like, we've got worse things to worry about right now. We got it. Kid, get behind us, kid.
Well, it smells. Hugo's going to move next to Sawyer, pull out his rapier, and take his shield down from his back. And he's gonna hold his action until the dog shows up.
Alright, Sawyer.
All right. Can Sawyer see where the dog went?
Nope.
Or like after it? Okay, it just.
Dog skittered off. If you want to use your action to make a survival check, you could try to track it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to track the dog. Try to see if I can find where the dog that attacked
Mauled
him
you?
went. Yeah, the one that fucking tried to maul me. Let's see. 19.
19 does hit.
Okay.
Or 19 does find it. You kind of know that it ran off to kind of your right side, back towards where you could kind of hear the other group.
Okay. So, I'm basically I grab Hugo's I grab his shoulder and I kind of pull him in that direction a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I motion for the tiefling child to follow us because we know because I've seen where it went this way.
All right.
And I move towards it.
All right. Yes, my turn.
Not your turn, the dog's turn. God, stop putting yourself in the campaign.
I am
Wait,
God.
so I went to the right. I went to the right.
Yeah, you can move as far as you want over.
Okay, wait. So, sorry, dumb question about maps. Is it reversed? Because like, would my right be that right?
Yeah, it ran to the left on the map.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
but I
just
imagine
really,
you were
really
looking
terrible
that
with
direction.
directions.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
Okay. Okay.
All right. As you kind of start wandering off that direction, you notice that there's not a lot of like howls coming from that area in particular, but behind you, you hear dozens of these things kind of howling in the wind. And we're gonna
We
have
gotta go.
a bunch of these jump out
Oh, no.
and take a bite at Kak.
Oh no.
We're gonna
I'm
have
defenseless bard.
these
Have
two
mercy.
guys. Two of them are gonna jump out and teleport right at your face. Tried to take a quick little nibble at you. That is a.
One of them rolls over a 12. Then I'm gonna use cutting words as a reaction.
They rolled the first one rolled a 13.
Okay. I'm going to use cutting words, and that's a 1d6.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
And what do you say to this poor dog? That's just trying to get some lunch.
Yeah.
He just wants to fight.
Wrong lunch. Go to a different buffet.
All right.
Is it working? I don't think it's working. What's it?
No, it's not. You could just tell me the roll.
Oh no, I'm trying to roll it in here, but
Oh.
it's not working. Is it? Let's see. Exclamation mark, right?
Yes.
Should I just roll a d6? No, let's do that. It's a 5. Goodbye.
5 damage. What's the damage
No,
up on
not
that?
5 damage.
It's not
That's to
damage.
decrease the roll. That's decrease the roll.
Oh, that's the decreasing. Okay. Yeah, so that would make that one miss. As it just kind of jumps out, you just kind of insult it and almost kind of like a whimper. It just like bashes into your body instead. It doesn't really injure you. Next one's gonna crit you.
Ow! Christmas! I have a boo boo!
Uricius has a boo boo too, but this is, yeah, you take priority.
Which
friend.
is going to deal 18 damage to you.
Holy shit.
And as this one in particular just completely mauls you. Actually, it's almost as if the first one hits you and it acts like a distraction for a brief moment, and the second one just teleports, not even caring about like its comrade just falling. It just uses its body like prowl at you.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh! Kitty is gonna let out a yelp and she's gonna down. She's down.
She's
Okay.
down.
She's down?
No, Uricius goes next,
Down.
correct? Uricius goes next, correct?
No, it'd be Xulen next.
Fuck! This is bad.
All right, no, you are currently. There you go. You're there, and then we're gonna have a couple more of them. One of them is going to jump out of the fog, and it's going to jump at the disguised gob.
Can I try to hit it with my slingshot as it jumps up?
Yeah, because
hit
you
it with
ready.
the button.
Yeah, you ready that action.
Cocked. Woo, that's good. That is a. Do I do my spellcasting modifier or my
Yes,
slingshot map? That is a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the dice on here. Why didn't it roll over there? Okay, that's a 6 damage.
6 damage. All right.
6 bludgeoning damage.
All right. You just kind of thwap it with the stone. You hear a little bit of a whine, and you almost do it right when it jumps out of the fog, as if it's about to go attack you. You pelt it, and then it just kind of falls limp onto the ground again. It kind of like skitters back up to its feet. But you just kind of stopped it from mauling you. And then we're gonna
She
have.
hits at it.
And then we are going to have one that is going to move over on attack Xulen. At that point, Sawyer, you can make an attack of opportunity against it as it moves out of your range.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go ahead and Sawyer's going to see it running by, and he is going to take a swing at it with his staff, both two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, and it's already a D8, so I don't have to change that for a shillelagh. So,
Ooh, nice.
ooh, nat 20.
Nice.
Ooh.
So roll the normal d8, and then it will be an automatic extra 8 damage.
Yeah. How you do that?
Just
There we go. Okay.
Wow.
that's if you just
Alright.
click quarterstaff, it'll roll it and do the damage modifiers.
Yeah, what's your
Oh,
damage
okay.
mod on it?
My damage modifier is +2 bludgeoning.
I'll see. Alright. Yeah, as this thing kind of jumps out of your range, this thunderous kind of clap as you just smash its like head in. And you just see it just kind of go limp as you kind of make it break all these boxes underneath it. It's dead.
So, Sawyer is a little bit dismayed at how hard he hit it, but he shakes it off.
And we're on to Xulen.
Okay, I guess I probably hear the screaming of the other person being mauled up there.
Yeah, Kitty just got absolutely mauled.
Okay. Hop there. As my bonus action, I'm going to activate my right and lose 1d4 health.
Okay.
I lose 1 health.
Awesome.
And now my rapier suddenly has lightning coursing through it. And I'm going to make an attack at that doggy next to me.
Okay.
I do get to roll a d4 because of the blessing, but I'm not sure that's going to help.
As...
Nope.
What was your attack roll? Oh, it's the 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to miss that one.
Yeah, no, you're not going to hit it with that.
Nope.
As you kind of run up next to Kitty, trying to like save her from these dogs that are just crawling all over her body at this point, you manage to take a swing, but it's almost as if it just snaps and kind of catches your blade in its mouth for a brief moment and just kind of like spits it out and goes back towards Kitty.
Well darn. Yeah, it's my turn.
All right, Kitty, death saving throw in
The
private
whispers
and message me
rolled.
it. Yeah.
I did it before my turn because I couldn't wait. It's W, right?
Just so this is for people listening into the podcast, I do death saving throws. The rest of the table does not know about them. The player just tells me it because it makes it way more suspenseful. And you don't know if your friend's about to die.
Oh, don't worry, kid. It'll be just fine in a few minutes.
If Kitty
All
in
right.
the first episode, I'm going to cry. I loved her.
All
I
right,
might laugh a tad bit.
Uricius, you're up.
Okay, so he's going to move right beside Kitty, and with that, he is going to use Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
So 9 plus another 2, so he heals 11 points of Kitty's health.
Nice.
Ah,
Kitty's alive again.
ah.
Again, she's fine as long as nothing crits her.
All right. Anything else you're gonna do on your turn?
Fine.
Oh wait, he can use his bonus action too. Where's that feature? So sorry, I forgot to add an extra 2. That was 13, not 11. I forgot
Okay.
about my disciple life. And wait, no, can't do anything else. Okay, there we go.
Okay. And we move over to Gob. Gob, you can see that one in front of you because you managed to kind of make it fall prone.
then she is going to cast Dragon's Breath.
All right.
And it's a Dexterity 12 saving throw with a 15-foot cone.
Dexterity 12. It gets a 2.
So that's 3d6
All right.
damage. Which, can you message me what element that would be? Because we never. You said you would pick.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage for it.
Okay. 15 points of damage.
As you kind of use this spell that you've become a little bit more familiar with, you activate it, and just for a brief moment, this magic spews out from you in the cone, and it starts off with the kind of pure white light for a brief moment, and almost like sears the dog lying on the ground. And then you see this kind of wave of dark, kind of abyssal magic spiral around the cone, as you completely pummel this dog into the ground. It is dead.
She looks very proud of herself.
The people that are nearby, especially Hugo and Sawyer, you just saw this little tiefling right now just unleash this wave of magical power.
Sawyer is a little bit gobsmacked, but he's more concerned with getting over to whoever was screaming.
Yep.
Unintended.
And Gob, are you gonna move anywhere?
That was pun intended. I'm glad you caught that.
It's over towards Sawyer.
All right. You can go ahead and move your piece.
Right here.
Nice. As you kind of nestle up in between Hugo and Sawyer, we move on to Hugo's turn.
Hugo looks in awe at this little tiefling and says to her, "You are pretty tough."
Never judge a book by its cover.
Oh, what is Hugo going to do? He heard the screams, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
You also kind of heard like the oh shit and the armor clink as you also heard Uricius kind of running towards the source of that scream.
You
All
know
right.
that clinking of chainmail from anywhere.
Hugo is going to run up to about here, I believe, if I did that.
Yeah, no, that's right.
And from here, can he see what's going on?
Yeah, through all the little market stalls and everything. Your vision is a little bit obscured, but yeah, you can see the two hounds kind of gathering around. Also, you can see Kiddy just now kind of slowly getting herself up off the ground, and Uricius still in the middle of kind of like a holy prayer, just kind of helping her out. And then Xulen, he looks a little bit kind of put off that he missed that strike.
Hugo is going to kind of hide behind one of these boxes and yell at them, "You guys are doing great!"
Uricius is gonna yell back and go, "Get your drunk ass over here!"
All right. With that,
Can he roll still? Because he's trying to sort of hide. Or, I guess he yelled. so never
yeah,
mind.
if you're yelling, you're kind of giving away your position. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nah, he thinks he's hiding.
All right. On to Sawyer.
All right. So, when Sawyer is also going to head in the same direction as Hugo here. I think he can go about that far. I think. About.
You can move one more square.
Oh, one more square?
Yeah.
Okay. Say he's here.
All right.
Okay. And I don't think I have anything that can actually change it in wild shape into that would be fast enough to get over there.
Evan, Remind me of 5e movement for a minute. Can't you just forego your action and use it as bonus movement?
Yeah, you can do the dash action, double your movement.
Okay,
Why-
yeah, you know he's going to dash over there
Okay.
to try to get the other beasts like while to get the other beasts attention while he my back. Okay. He's just trying to get he's gonna run over there and try to get the beasts to focus on him rather than on Kiddy.
All right.
Right, so he brushes over and he's like, "Hey, over here!" Just like waving his staff as he's booking it.
Mm-hmm. All right. And is that all for your turn?
And I think I think they're in range of my sling, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Then I'm gonna use my sling on them.
All right.
Did he use his action to dash?
Oh wait, yeah, he uses action
yeah.
to dash. I can't do anything else. My
Good
bad.
call. Okay, so if that's all for your turn, we're gonna go over to my doggos. At this point, you can kind of see as, especially Kiddy, Uricius, and Xulen, from where you guys are currently standing, this figure steps out from an alleyway. Looks human-esque with this kind of gray ash hair. Then for just a quick moment, she kind of turns her head towards you. You see this green kind of cracking and bubbly skin, kind of distorted features, very kind of skeletal and bony, and whenever she kind of moves at all, you almost kind of hear the joints pop and click. Yes, they found foods. And Xulen, you are within range. Haha.
No.
She's gonna kind of point a finger at you. He will do. Please make a DC 16 saving throw. Dexterity.
But it's not yours. Oh, well.
18.
All right. She kind of points a finger at you, and like you can feel the magic kind of go over you, almost as if the fog like suction cups to you for just a second, and you kind of feel the pressure as if it's about to like squeeze you, and just as it does, it does less than you were initially kind of thinking. You're going to take. Sorry. You'll take 14 damage of 14 force damage.
Ooh, and that's with the save. Ugh.
Oh shit!
As she kind of grins her teeth, and then she says, "Go get him." And then the kind of bigger dog that's I'll put a mark on her. The kind of bigger dog that's been along by her side this whole time now is kind of running into the fray and is going to take a big munch at Xulen.
Joy.
You are giving me my work, Evan. Jesus Christ.
That's a 19 to hit.
This is why I also
Yep,
took
that
one.
hits.
All right. That is going.
No, I was gonna say cutting words. Too late now.
That is going to be 11 points of piercing damage.
Is he down?
Nope, I'm at. So I'm not down yet. I'm very close.
As this thing
That's
just
a lot of help.
as this thing just completely bites down on you, and you've seen kind of the other dogs attack and all that kind of jazz, but this one, whenever it kind of bites down, you almost see like magic poison start coming out of its fangs, and as it kind of gets ripped off of you, you see some of that magic kind of spray into the air and then just kind of disintegrate.
I didn't want to hear that.
Xulen, it's your turn.
Well, looks like I'm pulling this one out a lot sooner than I thought I would. Okay. So the first thing I'm doing is doing his hybrid transformation as a bonus action.
All right.
So you see his jaw start turning slightly more into a muzzle. His teeth start growing more. And out of his gloves, you see that there's little holes in them that his claws start to grow out of also. So he kind of has this half werewolf look going. Now, as my action, I activate Necrotic Shroud. So now we have skeleton wings with black miasma popping out of his back and a black halo forming over his head. So we have what looks like a fallen angel, half werewolf. Ow. Cut my tongue on the edginess of that statement. And all the enemies have to, in 10 feet of me, have to make a wisdom saving, so I'll be frightened. DC 10.
The one in the back fails it, and he's frightened of you. All right.
Frightened till end of turn.
Till end of turn. Anyways, go on with your turn.
That is my action. My bonus action is just doing that transformation.
All right. And with that, it is Kitty's turn. As you see, you get up after Uricius has just been healing you, and you just wake up to this explosion of magical effects with one of your comrades.
Oh, Kitty is going to be very perplexed at first.
Want to hold that one on a lot longer.
And then, oh fuck. Is she on the ground or is she up?
She would be standing up.
Yeah.
She's standing up. Okay. She's going to take the disengage action and move back towards where Sawyer is.
All right. You would be provoking attack of opportunity from one of them.
That's the thing. Disengage.
Oh yeah, sorry. You said disengage.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. No, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. She's gonna move back there. Hide behind Sawyer a bit, and then for her bonus action.
Where are you moving to?
She's going to move there, right behind Sawyer, right there.
Okay. As you just kind of dash your way out of this alleyway, as a couple of dogs kind of like take a swipe at you, trying to claw you, but you just manage to kind of weave your way through it. Now abandoning the dead dog body.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea anymore for some reason.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's gonna be the end of my turn.
All right, we're on to Uricius.
Okay,
I'd
so
like to note I'm very bloody at the moment.
how much health? Just tell me how much health.
I have 5 hit points left.
Okay, I'm gonna need to do some work. Uricius is going to use Cure Wounds. So that is 10 health total. That Xulen is healed, and let me look at my feet real quick. Okay, no, that's it.
So I get 10 hit points?
Yep.
All right.
Yay.
Anything else with your turn?
That's all he can do. I really need some more feats to give me more healing bonus actions.
All right. Now we move on to Gob.
Gob is going to dash. Use her action to dash.
All right.
Be like right here, right?
Yep. So you
Okay.
gather up with Sawyer and Kitty, seeing this collection of dogs, and you could probably somewhat see kind of the green, almost kind of witch-like figure hanging around the corner.
Don't. I know it's a bonus action to cast, but is it a bonus action to throw it as well?
To What are you
to
talking?
throw one of the buttons. Magic stone.
Uh,
It's a bonus action. Would that include throwing it, or would that just be an action?
I don't believe so. I think you would actually have to take an action.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, that's what she does.
All right.
Is dash.
All right. You kind of enchant your buttons. And then we'll go on to Hugo, who is kind of cowering behind a marketplace.
He is going to look out and is going to cast Mold Earth right in front of Sawyer to make that difficult terrain. So,
All right.
this square right here.
That's interesting.
Wait, we talk about this?
Right there. Alright, and that's what he's going to do.
Alrighty.
That's my choice words for the Humperdinck when I see him.
All right. So, what do you make the terrain do with Mold Earth?
I make it kind of a little bit spiky, almost like caltrops made out of the earth itself.
Okay. So you're just kind of up front in the middle of all this, seeing all the dogs attack, and then just suddenly, as you're about to take a step, you see these like molded spikes from the earth come up. Peri, you're muted right now.
Oops, my bad. I did not realize I was muted. My
good.
apologies. All right, so he sees everything that's going on around him, and he's very taken aback, especially when the earth starts to turn to spikes right in front of him. Let's see. How many hit points does everyone have right now? How's everyone doing hit points wise?
Don't worry about Uricius. He can heal himself. He's a big boy.
11 hit points is a lot of hit points. No worries.
I'm at 15, and that's half.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
As Sawyer's freaking out a little bit in the middle of the combat.
Sorry. So, Sawyer is going to raise his staff, and he's going to shout a word in Druidic, and and the binding around that, the little leather bindings around his staff start molding and start forming with the wood and start combining with the wood of his staff and growing thorns and lashing out and becoming and he's casting Thornwood.
Okay.
To attack at the dogs.
And which one would you be attacking? The one with the green spot.
One.
Okay, yeah, the big one. Nice.
Yeah, the one with the green
All right.
mark.
Roll for it.
So, yeah.
Side comment.
Does that not work by just clicking? That's 0. There we go. Okay, melee spell attack. So for the melee attack, would I just roll a 120? Roll 20?
20, add your spellcasting mod and proficiency bonus.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all good.
Why isn't it going?
Sometimes
my roll 20 is freaking out. I am so sorry.
No, it's okay. As this is all going on, you guys have noticed that the fog is kind of having like an ebb and a flow to it. Especially after kind of Xulen was just kind of encapsulated into it and then it kind of dispersed. You notice that it's flowing almost organically, Like, imagine that it was like a pit of like serpents almost, and the clouds are just kind of interweaving and constantly mingling like that. And that's a 16 to hit on that. That does hit the big one.
Okay. So that'd be 1d6.
All right.
And that'd be. Alright, that'd be 6 piercing damage.
Nice. And you can also pull it closer to you if you want.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull it closer through that that difficult terrain.
All right. Oh, you're gonna pull it in. Okay. No, I'll allow that. As you
feel
kind of
surprised as I see a dog go flying past me.
well, first you see the thorn whip just kind of whip right by your heads, and then just the dog is flung out in front of you.
Lawyer's got good aim, okay?
6 points on that guy.
Did I get opportunity attacks?
Wait, would we?
I thought it's only if it moves.
Yeah,
by
Yeah,
itself.
it's willingly move.
Oh darn. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
If it chooses to move from the difficult terrain, which it probably will, then yes. As this is all kind of happening, the dogs are all kind of snarling. This one has to run away as much as it can, because it is still frightened from the edgelords. And it's gonna run all the way up there. This one is going to take another little munch at Xulen, which is a 7 hit, which I assume fails. And then at that moment, the big one is kind of gonna do a little look around, still trying to get used to its situation, and it's immediately not even gonna move. Its paws are almost pressing down on the spikes, and you can see a little bit of like blood as the spike kind of pierces into it, but it's still in defense mode, and it's just going to take a bite at Sawyer.
Okay.
Which is a 17 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Cutting words. Cutting words. Cutting words.
All right,
All right.
roll for that. 6.
6.
So 11.
I think that still hits him.
Yeah, that's still it ties. I'm
Okay, yeah, so
11 AC.
Uh,
So that's
even after cutting words, you see it almost get restrained by magic for just a brief moment, but it still catches you off guard and just teleports right into your face. And that is going to be 11 points of piercing damage. As again, whenever it kind of latches onto you, you manage to kind of wring it off as it kind of thumps onto the ground, and as it does, you see this kind of magic and poison kind of spewing out from its canine teeth. And at that point, the hag is going to kind of, with her cane, she's going to kind of look around the corner as she sees the dogs getting mangled and everything. No, it wasn't supposed to go like this. She's going to whisper a few things, and she's going to go invisible.
Oh, I hate this.
She goes down there. And that is all for their turn. We're on to Xulen.
I am going to be making a lightning rapier attack at the big boy.
All right.
Oh, good thing I get the D4, because I still have blessing going up. Ow.
Does not hit. As you try to get a thunderous kind of crackle off on it, it just manages to weave out of your way, again still stepping with full force on these kind of spikes made from the earth.
Yeah. I cannot do anything else. I'm just going to have to pass my turn.
All right. Then we go down to Kiddy.
Right. So the dog stuck in the terrain.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Kitty is very upset at this point, and she's losing her professional composure. So she's pretty much gonna swear out in Undercommon, like, "You bitch, stop messing with us!" Let's see. Does something hit? The nat 20 again hit.
We're doing that whip. Can I have it?
You want it? So that's 7 damage.
All right. As you just kind of whip it, you manage to kind of bust through some of its flesh again, as you kind of see this greenish magic kind of spray out, and you also kind of hear the loud kind of crack as you weigh into its side, as kind of you see some of the ribs are now kind of poking out.
Okay, that's the end of Kitty's turn.
All right, we're on to
She's
Uricius.
upset. Leaving.
Okay, how much health is Sawyer at?
I'm at 11 out of 26.
I'm full health still.
13. Okay, 13 is your max health. Okay, so what Uricius is going to do is he is going to channel his divinity and use Preserve Life. So he's going to hold up his amulet in his hand and clutch it very tightly. And you thought he glowed a bright blue before. This is like blinding with how much he's glowing right now. And he's going to restore 13 hit points to Sawyer and 2 to Xulen.
Okay. And is that all with your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Gob. Still in your tiefling form.
Tiefling form. Can she move, like, through here? Or is that in the building?
That would be difficult terrain. You're kind of moving into the little market square.
Okay, she doesn't want to go near the big hound, but she is actually gonna cast Shatter.
Okay.
And it's gonna be where the point that she is picking for it is gonna be where the witch was, which would be like
All right.
which would be within her 60-foot range.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming the dog the dog is still within that 10-foot radius, right? The one up there.
If you're doing the witch was right there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
well,
no, it would not be in it.
Could it be one up then? Would that be
If you
within
wanted to, yeah.
Okay, she's gonna point it there, and it needs to roll a Constitution saving throw, and whatever
it
is within
fails it
a
terribly.
10-foot radius. Okay, so it takes 3d8 thunder damage.
All right.
I think that's supposed to roll my dice. Did not. Okay, well, it rolled it on my end, so that's 17 points of damage. Let me
All
double
right.
check what type of damage it is. It is thunder damage?
Yeah, it says thunder. Yeah, as you do that, that dog literally just flies down the alleyway and is dead.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Thunder.
Doggo down. And is it all with your turn?
No, okay. If she uses her dragon breath again, because it lasts for a minute, that she can keep reusing it.
Mm-hmm.
Would she hit Sawyer? Or could she move right here? But would that hit these two?
It's a cone, right?
Yes, but it's an outward cone.
Yeah, no. If you move there, you would hit. You would technically hit Uricius and Xulen though.
She's right here.
Would she have to roll for AC?
You would technically. No, it's a saving throw. You would be in kind of the middle of a. You would be in the middle of kind of a moving water current if you moved into that square.
It's right here then? Would it still hit Uricius?
It would still hit yours.
Yeah, that would hit Uricius.
but that's fine.
Or never mind. Then she's gonna
that's
ready.
fine.
She's gonna ready her dragon's breath
Okay.
in case it gets closer to her.
Okay. Then we're on to Hugo, who is still cowering behind a market stall.
Alright. Well, this dog looks pretty wounded right now. So
Yeah.
he's going to run out and stab it with his rapier.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Steal
He
the
just
kill,
wants to get the
steal
last
the
hit.
kill.
Glory helmet.
So that's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Job, Sarah.
So that's only 7 damage.
That kills it.
Ah, yeah!
Right now, oh my god.
Nice of you to join us. Comforting.
As you guys are all kind of focusing on the task at hand, Hugo just kind of like pushes you out of the way and just runs in with a rapier and just impales the thing.
Once it's dead, for his bonus action, he's going to pose. Kind of like flexing.
As a reaction, I stare in disbelief.
Alright, Sawyer, you're up.
Smack him upside the head, please.
There is kind of one last
I
dog
almost
that you
there.
can see.
Yeah, I almost swear Sawyer would almost take psychic damage from seeing you.
Yeah, psychic damage. But
Okay, so there's one more dog. Okay. So that's right. So yeah, it counts as difficult terrain as you try if you try to move through a party through the same space as a party member, right?
No, you can move through a party member as free movement, I'd say.
Okay. So Sawyer is going to move past Xulen,
Okay.
and he is going to use his staff again.
As you
And-
move up to this doggo, you're gonna go bonk it on the head.
Yeah, he's going to just raise it up, and just bring it down on this dog as hard as he possibly can.
Alright.
And then where is his thing?
Why do you guys hate my doggos so much?
They're so
They hurt
pitiful.
us.
look, man.
I don't hate your doggos. I hate the way
They almost killed Kitty. That's unforgivable. That's unforgivable.
Alright.
Alright, so that's
14 hits.
Okay. So then
You run up to this doggo, take a swipe
Yep,
at him
and-
with your staff,
yep, and 6 bludgeoning.
and that kills him.
Sweet.
Yeah, you completely bludgeon that dog to death. Yeah.
Yeah, Sawyer again looks a little pale at having actually killed it, but
as
it
you
had to be done.
as you kind of do that last blow and you guys are kind of given a chance to breathe, you see the fog just disappearing and going away slowly. Yeah.
Alright. Roll call.
Okay.
Anyone hurt? Seriously? Is anyone hurt? Seriously hurt?
I
Couldn't
used almost all of my spells on you people. Stop almost dying.
Well, it was very helpful, and I'm really glad that you came back. I could really go for some soup and bread right now. What happened to that ghoulish wizard lady?
We don't ask about it. Hopefully she's gone and she won't come back. And if she comes back, I swear to God, I am smiting that bitch.
Smiting would definitely be a good idea. I don't trust her to be gone. Something's fishy.
She will turn up again. I can't do the growly voice of this guy when he's in transform both modes.
Gob runs towards where the really far away dog that she killed, and she overkills it by doing another dragon's breath.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'll screw that corpse.
When she does it though, she kind of puffs up her chest, and then kind of screams at it when she does it, and it's this swirling, necrotic looking cloud that hits it.
Uricius
So
recognizes
you just
that-
see this little tiefling walk up again and just obliterate it a second time.
No. Evan, Could I make a perception check to see if I recognize that scream?
Just like the mannerisms.
her
Does this seem
Yeah.
like Gob?
Yeah.
Does this seem
Have
like
you
Gob?
heard her scream before?
I'm assuming he would have.
May I make a perception check to if I
Oh,
recognize
you
the scent?
I'll make a perception check.
I'm not gonna say dog pile on Uricius. You do kind of recognize the kind of tonality of the voice.
No. He knows completely right away it's Gob because I just rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Why is it always the rolls
You don't
that
crit
don't matter?
skills. You don't crit skills. What's the addition to that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That was like a 23. Yeah, he knows right away that's Gob, and he's just like, Gob?
Do I hear Ulysses
you
say
twist.
his name?
Yeah. I would say a lot of you guys could kind of hear as he kind of yells out.
Head twist
Oh.
towards tiefling child.
Still in
This-
full edgelord modes.
Still in full edgelord mode, just staring at this thing.
And Ursus is gonna
Oh,
look over and go, I healed your ass. You owe me one.
A
So you're
deal's
gonna
a
wait.
deal. I said I'd verify if it was the goblin.
Good.
Running towards
I'm
like
not
where she
dealing with
thinks the
anyone
witch ran
shit.
to.
Hey, wait, no, come, stop.
I'm basically just hulkingly walking over towards the goblin.
Oh
the
God!
It's running. It's running like towards where she thinks the witch had gone through, which is like past where the dog is that she just destroyed.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like not there, but it's gonna go up. She's gonna go this way.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of further down the alleyway, heading towards the port.
Yeah. She wants to.
I think
She wants
we
to
should.
fight the witch.
Okay, no, Ursus is gonna run after her. I'm sorry. Like, he's gonna take his sweet ass time, but he's gonna fucking run after her.
Yeah, I think we know what my guy's gonna do when the goblin takes off running.
Yeah.
Hugo
That's
is going
gracious.
to check the big dog, see if there's any like collar on it or something.
No collar.
Okay. Well, he'll take the tail as a trophy and then follow them.
Okay.
Let's mutilate
Sawyer
that
makes,
dog corpse.
All right.
Sawyer just makes a really disgusted sound. Just
What is
Really?
Kitty doing?
It's not one of your bears.
While this is happening, Kitty wants to inspect like the bodies of these dogs, like for their magical properties, see if anything's familiar, like any like enchantments that this witch has cast on the dogs.
You can
or-
give me an Arcana check
Yeah.
on it.
Okay. Please roll well. 14.
You can definitely tell that there's some sort of magic, kind of. There's some sort of magic that is kind of beefing up these dogs. Exactly how it's doing that or anything like that, you're kind of unsure, but there's definitely some sort of enchantment here that is making these way tougher doggos.
Okay. And okay, these dogs don't seem like they were created from this witch. They seem like they were just dogs. Regular
They seem kind of inherently like fey-like.
Okay.
But yeah, they don't seem like they are created from like a demonic or like half-baked plot.
yeah. Does Sawyer recognize the types of dogs with them being fey-ish creatures?
You've never seen these guys before.
Okay.
Which you could probably guess is due to their teleportation feature. But yeah, you've never seen them.
Okay. Okay.
And there's no kind of like markings on them distinguishing what kind of enchantment this is.
No, it's just the larger one is probably about double the size of the other guys. But that's about it.
Okay, and it doesn't look any different besides the size.
No, it's just bigger.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Hmm. So
Okay, when Kitty's done inspecting, she's gonna go after Uricius and Gob, because that doesn't sound like something that's gonna end well with Xulen.
All right. As you guys are all just kind of booking it along the port line, what is Sawyer doing?
Sawyer is going to follow them, but he's going to also, remembering that the witch disappeared, he's going to try to see if he sees anything that may have indicated where she went.
Okay, you can roll survival for that.
Survival. Okay.
Or investigation, depending what you have higher.
Probably survival, I'd be guessing, since you're a druid.
Yeah, Oops, I accidentally closed it. Yeah, I'm gonna roll survival. Survival.
You can do
It's one
it.
of my highest ones.
All right.
All right. Okay, that is. Well, I'm guessing I don't see shit.
As you kind of go up there, you can kind of see the almost like moss and kind of like rotting bits of like flesh from like the footsteps of where this little witch was walking up to you. However, you don't see a pair of footprints going away or in any other direction.
Okay. All right. Yes. So, Sawyer then goes ahead and follows the rest of the group as well.
All right. There's this long chain of people that are slightly delayed, all following Gob right now. Where is Gob going to?
Is running. And, like, she's just kind of, she knows they're after her now. And so while she's running, she kind of like, she gets her cat back. She summons it again because she doesn't have to like use spell components or anything to do that. So it's now running next to her. And she tries to duck down another alleyway to try to lose them.
I'm going to say after running for a bit, Xulen is eventually going to overtake Uricius.
Oh yeah.
So it would be your stealth check opposing his survival, or or investigation in this case, depending on which one you want to do.
Ooh, I'm gonna let me get my fancy dice roll for this one.
Can't. Good. It's not great. It's really not great. She drops her disguise while she's running too, since they know it's her.
All right.
Y'all get now they can see how torn up she made the dress.
Oh no! Oh
The dress she like demolished.
Uricius is just gonna mumble under his breath. Hugo's gonna have a hissy fit over this.
We saw like pieces of the fabric while they were walking.
No one did. No one picked up on the fabric.
Yep, we all rolled too low for that.
What are the rolls?
I got a 12.
19.
You duck down an alleyway and kind of try to hide behind some similar kind of like crate situation like you did before, thinking that it might work again. But the second you do that, like, Xulen just appears in the alleyway.
You got this edgelord of a creature just staring
Well,
at you.
how long is Necrotic Shadow?
1 minute.
Yeah, so
The transformation, though, for the leggings for 1 hour.
Yeah, so by this point, the Necrotic Shadow has definitely worn off.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Is Xulen currently in bloodlust mode?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's
gonna
just
shoot.
above it.
She's gonna shoot one of her. She's gonna slingshot one of her
Oh, no.
magic buttons at him.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Alright.
Oh,
This could end interestingly.
Yeah. All right.
Lose
Roll
God's
for it.
session.
oh man.
Erin, you better have a backup character already.
Oh dear.
Wait, I couldn't hear any of what you just said.
Oh,
All I heard was
Um,
out.
that is a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits. Roll the damage.
Oh, this is not going to end well.
All right.
Taking psychic damage. Oh no.
Ignore the extra. Why would it do that? It's stupid. It is stupid. It's 6 points of damage.
All right.
Is it magic?
I don't. Yes, it is magical.
Okay.
It's well. Okay, it's weird. It's bludgeoning, but it's also a magical thing. Like
Yes,
it's
it is
using
magic.
my
It's
spell.
magical for the sake of overcoming immunities and
Okay.
resistances.
Well then, I just suddenly dipped below half hit points.
Oh no.
It's time for a wisdom saving throw.
For you.
Yep,
Yep.
For me?
No,
for me.
Oh.
for Xulen, to see if he's gonna bite your head off.
You might die.
Okay, I passed it.
Oh,
When you hit me, you see the bloodshot eyes go as he just suddenly becomes enraged. But he snaps out of it really quick.
Oh no.
And he's going to, with that realization, he's going to pop out of the transformation.
Okay.
I'm so glad I healed you.
Yeah.
Okay.
By this point, I would say Uricius has kind of caught up, and Hugo isn't far behind.
Uricius is just going to run up to Gob and hug her. And just
Same.
hold her.
She's
and go,
hissing.
I don't care if you're hissing. I don't care what you want. I am holding you.
Wriggling. She's trying so hard to get out of your grasp.
I am adding on to this. You said you don't have shoes, right? You lost your
Yeah,
shoes?
she took the shoes off. She took her shoes off.
He's
'cause
walking
she
over
does-
and he is grabbing your right foot.
She's gonna try to bite you.
She
can
can't.
try.
Have to try and bite Uricius first.
But he's looking at the right foot, and he takes a hand and he starts rubbing it over like he's looking for either an illusion or he's scratching to see if there's paint on it.
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. He drops a foot. This is the wrong goblin. The murderer is still out there.
Oh, wrong goblin, Oh, I had no idea. It was almost as if we had no idea what you were talking about. And this goblin had no idea what you were talking about. And she was running for good reason. And you were about to kill her for no good reason.
You know
God.
technically what this is the
Your
worst case
dress.
scenario, right?
Your
I know
dress!
it's the worst case scenario, but I'm very mad at you. right now.
At this point, I would say practically everybody is all caught up as you kind of see Uricius just lecturing Xulen.
Just walk up to people and do that. You know how
Okay.
rude this is. You have no manners. You are uncouth. I don't understand people like you. Why are
Okay.
you here? Get out of this.
Wow.
He's just kind of staring at this like,
Settled.
Yeah,
is this done yet?
Yeah, while
Try to bite her.
while he's getting chewed the fuck out, Sawyer is going to very quietly and cautiously approach Gob and kind of kneel down on her level and ask if she's hurt. Are you hurt? Did he hurt you? Are you okay?
No, she's not hurt. I'm the one who got slingshotted twice.
I don't want to hear it. God
He looks back at Xulen for a second and just kind of gives him that stern, "Grandpa, don't you start." Look.
Could have crossbowed
And
her
then-
ass at any point, but I chose not to.
Oh, you
That-
chose
that
not
one.
to? No,
You
I
can't-
had to deal with the entire
So-
party of people who hate your motherfucking ass.
And
my god.
Gob's shackle around her neck is still visible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He notices that, and he looks kind of back behind I'm sorry, I totally blinked on how to say his name.
Humperdinck.
No, not Humperdinck. Well, yeah, Humperdinck as well, but
Xulen?
Glowboy.
Oh,
Uricius.
Uricius.
Glowboy. Uricius, yes, sorry. I completely blanked on his pronunciation for a second. And he kind of motions at the thing around her neck and says, has she always had that?
Uricius
What
kind
happened?
of over and goes, "Oh, so that's what Hugo was hiding with the ribbon. I thought it was just a scar he was trying to hide."
No, it's just ugly. She's had it since I found her.
Well, why didn't you bother trying to take it off, you pompous ass?
We tried. It seemed to hurt her, so we decided to just keep it on.
Oh, so you didn't go to a wizard? You didn't go to Ed?
As you guys are all kind of having this silent shouting match in the little alleyway, back over from the marketplace that you just came from, you kind of hear like townsfolk talking. Oh, I found another one, another body here. It's another one of the dogs. Guards. And just kind of ramblings about finding the dogs lying around and the guards taking them away.
I have to ask, the shackle around Gob's neck, this is unfamiliar, right? This I don't know. Don't smile like that! Can you type it? Just type. You should type it. Kitty is about to lose a lot of composure if she recognizes this.
Oh lordy. Are we gonna get some backstory here?
Probably not.
All right.
Ah! Kitty is gonna look relieved to see Gob for 1 second because she's like turning a corner. She's heaving because she doesn't know how to run very well. And she sees the unmasking of this collar, and her expression completely drops, and she goes very pale. And after a few seconds, she recollects herself, takes some deep breaths, and goes back to approach them.
Kitty, what?
So,
What is it?
do you see me doing this?
Oh, he probably would have. He's very just aware of his surroundings.
I don't know, you seem pretty focused on Gob right now.
Yeah, I would say you definitely seem pretty focused on Gob. I would
Less
say
Gob.
for sure Gob. Just
Less Gob, more Hugo.
Gob just kind of like frantically trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Definitely just saw all the blood drain from Kitty's face.
Gob sticks her tongue out at her.
I love Gob
Kitty
so much. Gob is baby.
She nervously kind of chuckles, but she goes walking up to them and she asks, have we resolved the situation? Is Gob our little mystery murderer?
Well, yes and no. Goblin isn't the one I was looking for, but the murderer is still loose.
Alright. And that means you won't be hurting Gob anymore, right? She's fine.
Not at all. In fact, I do remember promising you guys a favor for this.
Oh.
I say
would,
we go hunt down this witch.
By this point, you all get a very uneasy feeling, as if something's watching you.
Ursus bolts up, like very quickly putting down Gob, and then goes, "What?"
All of you just get this highly uneasy feeling, as it's as if something is like right behind you, just peering over your shoulder. Though when you kind of like look around, you see absolutely nothing.
Can I make a perception check based on smell or hearing?
Yeah.
Because I do have advantage on that.
You would not figure out anything.
Okay.
Can Ursus just push everyone aside and just go, "Everyone within your armed reach / weapons reach, flail.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a good idea. She can flail the whip around.
Ow, my eye!
She's gonna act
a
like
ribbon
a
dancer with the whip.
She's gonna be an iRobot, and she's gonna, swish around with the whip,
Alright.
picking up dust.
Escape.
I mean, that would be a very interesting bardic performance. I'm not
none
gonna
of
lie.
none of you, the people that actually take part in this, come across anything.
Gob is walking away. With the cat.
Hugo is going to follow after Gob with a purple ribbon in his hands. He's trying to tie it around her neck again. Come on, let's put this back on.
She's moving faster.
Button?
Tate at that.
He holds up a very shiny gold button.
Immediately standing still. Like standing at it still.
He kind of holds it in front of her and tries to sort of wrangle the ribbon around her neck. Kind of ties it into a rather sloppy bow. He's not very good at it. And then gives her the shiny gold button.
He immediately puts it in her pouch.
As you guys are all in this alleyway, a guard kind of turns the corner. It's you. You folk. You fought off those beasts.
Yes, we did.
Is there more of them here?
Not that we can find.
Oh,
Not that we're aware of, but
what are you doing here in the alley?
There was a woman with them, and this little one went off to try and find her. I assume she hasn't said anything.
A woman?
The best way to describe her is she looks like she's half dead and covered in moss.
It seems
He
this woman
very
was the one going to
wide-eyedly kind of nods his head. Okay. I guess
She was the one commanding the dogs, if that is anything to you.
this is all weird to me, but thank you for the information.
Does this guy seem like he's lying or hiding something?
No. He seems like he's genuinely confused by this whole situation.
This is gonna.
are we still having the uneasy feeling?
No, that went away after a few moments.
Okay.
Uricius is going to look this man straight in the eyes. I know this is confusing, but I need you to keep an eye out for the fog. If you see the fog levels rising again, you need to sound off as many alarms or bells that you can. Everyone needs to be indoors at that point.
I don't think we have enough resources to do that because
Well,
it
you're gonna
happens like 100 times a year.
No. I mean raising like they were tonight. This specific type of. If you see anything similar to this again, you need to do this.
Okay. As he just very seemingly is confused.
Because if this happens again, that means there's probably going to be more of those hounds, because they're the reason the fog rose so high.
The fog has grown higher than this, with no dogs.
Sorry, is this the first time the dogs have attacked?
Yes, that's new to us.
Okay.
Seems very strange.
He kind of strokes his beard a little bit, and he's kind of pacing, thinking.
But we're besides the point. You are all very, from what we heard from the townsfolk, you're very capable. However, we're asking that everybody go indoors.
That makes perfect sense to me. And he's gonna kind of grab Gob and pick her up and kind of again, baby carry, which will slow him down just a little bit, but he's just gonna go, and we are going back to our innkeep room. Thank you for the warning, and I hope the information proves useful to you, and walk towards the tavern.
While being carried, Gob is doing a very high-pitched whine
He
and tries to chuck a wooden button at the guard.
I would say you just hit him with a wooden button, and he's just perplexed by the situation as a whole still.
She holds up
Sawyer.
her arms like, button!
Sawyer also
dear.
just kind of shrugs like, I don't, I don't know anything anymore.
All right.
But is Humperdinck still drunkenly hanging around?
Yeah,
Where's
he's
he
still
going,
pretty.
Gob?
After he ties the ribbon sloppily onto Gob, he kind of just stands there.
Just
Okay.
swaying while standing still.
Oh, yes,
Alright.
I just realized. Never actually introduced myself to you guys. Xulen Khan, at your service.
You're staying with us. Follow me.
Sawyer. Sawyer just kind of nods his head upward. Sawyer. He says nothing. And he just kind of starts dragging Humperdinck along. Come on, let's get you to bed.
Did you
You're gonna
see
have
me
one
kill
hell
that
of a time.
dog? That was pretty cool.
Oh, yes, I
Yes,
saw
yes,
that.
you were very helpful. The rest of us were getting killed, and you hid most of the time. Come out to steal.
In response to him trying to brag about killing one dog, Gob speaks up. Gob hunt 2 dogs. Kill.
Uricius is just gonna pat her on the back lightly and go, "You were so awesome."
But I
Yeah.
killed a big one.
Uricius is gonna turn and kind of glare and just give this knowing look of "shut up" and continue walking.
As Sawyer is kind of dragging Hugo back to the tavern, he looks back at Kitty, and he's like, "Are you coming?"
Oh, yes. Kitty's still kind of processing the information she just witnessed on the neck. But she's going to nod and briefly look at Xulen and say, I'm Kitty. It was nice to meet you, and hopefully he'll be nicer to meet tomorrow. Hopefully, you're here.
We'll find out.
Hugo's gonna look over at Xulen. So, is the goblin the only one you're after right now? Because we could help you with that.
Uricius turned just over his shoulder is like, "We are waiting until morning before any more of these discussions, or so help me."
As you guys are kind of making your way back into the market alley that leads up to Jocelyn's carriage, as you kind of walk by, you see kind of lights of all the different houses on, and like people start like going out the window and cheering you on, kind of banging their pots and pans against each other. You know, people are kind of throwing out like pieces of like ripped up paper as like confetti and everything.
Oh no, don't stroke Humperdinck's ego.
Hugo is just waving. He's got like the princess wave going on as he strides through town.
Hey,
Sawyer's just keeping his head down and trying to drag Hugo just a little bit faster.
Uricius is gonna whisper to Gob, "Throw button at Humperdinck."
Starts going through her bag to like find a good button. And she picks a clear purple one and she tries to like fumble to get the ribbon off. And if she manages to get it off, she ties the button in the ribbon and chucks it at Humperdinck.
I would say with Uricius kind of on your side, yeah, you could definitely do that, no problem. Just kind of rip off the ribbon.
Humperdinck's gonna kind of pick up the ribbon after it kind of plinks off of his chest, and is gonna look up at the crowd. The name is Hugo Humperdinck. Remember it.
All right, you guys.
Sawyer just lets out this big.
You guys managed to get back to Jocelyn's carriage, and with that, I'm going to call this session of the Event Horizon.
Yay! Session 1 and nobody died.
But
Yeah.
I just wanted to say one thing to Humperdinck before this ended.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just kind of lead in and whisper. So, You said my name before proper introductions. If I remember correctly, I think you owe me something.
Dun dun
Just kind
dun.
of leaves after that.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Yeah, that was cool. Lots of bits of intrigue and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we sort of have 10-15 minutes where people are welcome to kind of talk about the session, and we're gonna give the viewers kind of a moment to see people's kind of thoughts and conversations post game.
I did not think that chase would go as insane as it did.
I didn't think so
man.
either.
Gob.
I
I'm glad y'all like her.
yeah, Gob is baby.
Yeah,
I love
Gob
her.
is cute.
Yeah. Sorry if I
Gob?
slowed everybody down during combat.
Oh,
My first time running 5e combat, so
no, you didn't.
I was
Perfectly
the one
fine.
who kept
Yeah.
asking questions. Like, I was the one who kept being like, Evan, does this work? Evan, does this work? Evan, does this work?
Yeah, no. No, you're really good. You know what you're doing. You're fine. If you've done combat before 5e, 5e is just dumbed down version of whatever you've done before. You're
gotcha. Yeah, most of the combat I've done though has been LARPing, so it's literally me swinging stuff at people. So it's a little different than rolling dice.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little easier
Yeah.
to hit people.
5e combat is so easy. You just roll a dice. Does it hit? No, you don't hit. Does it hit? Yes. Roll damage. Is it a saving throw? Okay, you do nothing. The other person does everything.
Yo.
I didn't take a single point of damage.
Very.
So
You're a fucking coward.
Neither did I.
Truly
I took a lot.
I didn't take any damage, and I killed 2 things. I killed 2 things, and I took
Really
no
don't like
damage the
bards.
whole
My
time.
goodness gracious.
I had
I think
some really, really bad rolls with my doggos there. It's upsetting.
God.
I yeeted one of them.
Also, what were the doggos? Like, what was the name of the monster? 'Cause I thought like
They're a
yeah.
blink dog technically, but I've
I
changed
knew
them.
it.
thought so. I thought so.
They
I wanted
are
to say
a
something, but I didn't
changed
wanna
version of the
medicate.
blink dog.
I knew they were, and I knew exactly where you were going with them, and I hate you.
You don't hate
I was about
me,
to say, when I
though.
first saw a single blink dog, I was like, oh, we are in trouble. Maybe threw more at us. I was like, well, we're dead.
They do so
Yeah,
much.
I
damage
thought we were
with
gonna die because.
Oh my god,
blink dogs.
when that witch thing hit me with that force after I got the saving throw, and it's like, hey, take this damage. I'm like, oh.
Just be happy you
So
killed most of the
mad
dogs.
she didn't hit the.
Oh my god, no! This
Gob
always-
is so mad that she didn't hit the witch. She's so mad about that. That's why she ran after it. She wanted to dragon breath the witch.
No.
Oh, this really reminds me of an almost TPK I had with my brother-in-law's game that he's been running for my sister and I. My character essentially towards the end single-handedly saved the party because everyone was down and he managed to kill this half-orc druid. Yeah, let's just say we got struck by lightning from this druid a lot, and if it wasn't for the fact that he got 2 crits in a row, everyone would have been dead.
Shit.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
Mhm.
So that could have been this if Uricius wasn't healing.
Yeah,
Ben has a knack for knocking out players first session.
Doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to use Sawyer's healing abilities more because I actually made him with the intention of having him be being able to help support with more healing as well. But I got brain fogged in combat and I was just like, this.
No, you did great because Uricius has all the bulk heals, and after a long rest, he'll have all his heals again and his bonus actions with his divine stuff. He is the ultimate.
If I give you a long rest.
Ominous DM talk.
Need a short rest, so haha!
Hey, if it's a short rest, he gets his other thing back, so he can still heal 15 points of health to y'all, so it's fine.
I get a short rest, I get both my spell slots back.
Hooray for warlocks.
Pray for warlocks.
The only good
Speaking
thing
of
about warlocks.
Hey, everything's amazing about warlocks. You take that back.
No.
I get 2
Them's
spell
fighting
slots.
words.
No.
I get 2. That's it.
Yeah?
Teleport teleporting.
Get that Eldritch Blast going.
No,
Okay,
I
no,
don't
no.
have Eldritch Blast.
Teleporting
Failure
barbarian.
Warlock.
Case closed. Teleporting
Teleporting barbarian, yeah. Yikes.
No.
Mage
Just a
Hand
couple-
and Magic Stone.
I am definitely excited for you guys to see the world more.
I'm so excited for it too. I really,
Can't
really, really
wait.
want to explore more of the Crimson Grove. But
I'm-
that's just me being a bitch for forest settings.
No,
I can't wait to Dragon Breath everything.
I'm really, really, really excited for when I can finish Summit's Ridge, because I plan on having at least 7 different possible hooks that Evan can keep or discard, and there's going to be at least 2 different potential people to join the party, and I'm so excited.
I guess that's sort of a point that I haven't really brought up in the podcast in general, is that if someone was from a town that I don't have kind of set in stone blueprint for already, I've kind of given them the somewhat creative liberty to write a kind of strong outline of the town itself, and then I kind of take it and adapt it into the setting a little bit more. It saves a little bit of work on my end, and it also makes them feel as if they have a little bit more kind of creative freedom and impact on the setting itself. All
I
right.
have to work on how Kiddy is going to approach Gob now.
Like
It's
Gob.
gonna be fun. It's not necessarily Gob, it's
Berdink.
yeah.
I can't wait to see
I
the
wish it
fallout
was
between
very-
Xulen and Gob during all this.
No,
Bold of you to assume she's not gonna attack you every chance she gets, so button.
No. It's the fallout between you and Uricius, because after that introduction, it's gonna take you a very, very long time before he even remotely trusts you.
I'll have you know,
We
Kat,
got-
I went easy on you with the Humperdinck pickup lines. I've got
I know you
so
did.
many.
I know you did. I'm trying to hide my disgust really well. These too. All you hear is ugh, but inside, you don't know what's happening inside.
Copyrighted for that music, right?
What?
We're not gonna get
We're getting
copyrighted
copyrighted?
for that music, right?
No, that's all Epidemic Sound. We have rights to it.
Okay. I
Sweet.
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, I bought music.
I vibed with that music though.
It was good music.
I vibed.
I need to go in and make specific playlists of songs that I like, but their general ones are still good.
Yeah, this is making me want to write music again. Really wish I still had my Mac, as GarageBand was really fun for that. I've got it on my phone, but it's not
It's
as
not the same.
intuitive.
Yeah.
Shit on the phone. It's shit on the phone. You can say it's shit on the phone.
All right.
Well, I don't think it should. I've still written some pretty fun stuff on it, but like it's
Anyways.
not as fun.
I think this is where we're going to conclude our talk at the end of the session, and we will end our episode.
Right.
Yeah, thank you for everybody that was listening in, and thank you to the wonderful players that are playing in the setting.
And thank you, DM.
Thanks. So
Yeah, thank
kind.
That was great. I love dying.
And thank you for ruining our lives.
Seriously though, I'm super excited for this.
I love
Oh,
having
yes.
the most kills.
All right. Thank you everybody that was listening, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.